uh, well, what can I say, guys? Finally have some. Finally can get back to what I've been doing and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you guys. I apologize. I was super busy today, like incredibly busy. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna have time to do X, Y, and Z and stuff. And yeah, let's just say, guys, it was really one of those like kind of like moments today, and I don't know what's up with this. Give me a sec. I don't know why my thing isn't working. Okay, there we go. What is it? Sorry about that, guys. Like, yeah, that's what happens whenever you like need to get stuff done and you you just don't have the time to do it. So I apologize about that, guys. I really do. So, but anyway, as you notice, we just started off with the Jingle Jangle Corner because I was like, tonight I just wanted to, have fun and just kind of hang out with you guys tonight. I just wanted to do a nice, Christmas party sort of thing. I don't know what you can call this, really, to be honest with you. I just wanted to do something nice, something cool, and, for those who, don't have the shot chance of being with people or whatnot, I just wanted people just to come in here and just, be yourselves, have fun, and relax with with yours truly and the tail, of course. And that's what I ultimately just wanted to do with you guys tonight. It's like I might be pushing it though, because I was like, wait, man, should I do this? But then I was like, wait a second, it's Christmas. I need to do, something before Christmas because I'm obviously not going to have time to do anything on Christmas. And of course, I'm still doing my live stream on, Sunday as I usually do and stuff. But I just wanted to do something nice and cool tonight for you guys and, open up some Q&A as well because I'm sure you guys have questions and stuff like that. Although I will probably extend the Q&A for New Year's because I am going to be doing a New Year's Eve stream because the next two Sundays are or after this basically the first Sunday and the second Sunday of January I will not be doing any live streaming because my mom, Mama Tiger, she's getting ready to get her knee surgery done. So I'm going to be taking pretty much that entire first week, possibly second week, just to make sure she's okay and, make sure that she's, all right. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be waiting on her, hand and foot literally until, she can start moving around, walking around and stuff like that there. So I don't know how bad the actual operation, all that stuff's going to go, but it is what it is at this current point in time. But regardless, I'm happy that I'm able to do this here for you guys. I'm happy that I'm able to once again, just be me and essentially just allow you guys just to come in, have fun, get your minds off the hecticness, which was obviously the holidays, because the holidays are always so rough, especially around this, especially like right before the day of Christmas. It's just like I worked retail for I don't know how many years, like for 15 plus years, and it seems like it just gets worse and worse and worse over the years because you're trying to help people out, but then people are like just in a big rush to do this and do that. They gotta beat the crowds and stuff. It's just I want people to understand and realize, like when I do like these live streams, this is basically to get your minds off of all the crap and all the junk that's you've dealt with and whatnot, and especially with the holidays and stuff like that, because the holidays are rough. I mean, let's all face it, the holidays are a rough time of year for some people, whether it be trying to get gifts at the last minute or not being able to give enough gifts, or even being alone and stuff like that. And I try my best to put a lot of positivity in people. The one thing that you always have to remember about the holidays really is just being around others, being close to those who are obviously you care about the most and such, and that's how I've always been. I've always been this person to just try to remind people, look, we all have good things about one another, and it's always good to remember that there are people out there that are genuinely looking at you and looking out for your best interests and stuff like that. And I just want to be that kind of person that just has positive things to say, positive vibes to say to those who don't think that there are others out there for you. But trust me, there are people out there for you. And, I want to be one of those people that just, hey, I'm live streaming. I'm here to talk about stuff and, make sure everybody's having a good time. And, just to not think about all the negative, bad things that, obviously happen on an ongoing daily basis and stuff. So, just always remember, guys, there's always people out there that are looking out for you, and really, what can I say? It's the holidays, and all I could say is, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it. For those who don't celebrate it, I understand, totally respect that and everything like that there, or for those who don't even celebrate it as a holiday, well, I'll just say happy holidays, because like, try not to offend people and stuff like that. I'm like, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that stuff, I try to make sure that I am not being offensive at all when it comes to like saying, holidays and things of that nature. But that's neither here or there. I just, Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I hope you guys will be safe and enjoy your holiday. And of course, with New Year's coming up, which is crazy, I keep forgetting. As soon as Christmas gets here, then literally a week later, you have New Year's, and it's like, really, where did this year go? I'm always like, yo, where did the year go? Blink, it's summer. Blink, it's winter. Blink, it's New Year's. It's like, okay, where are we heading at? Where are we going? It's hard to keep up, it seems like, nowadays, with how life continues to keep changing and stuff like that. Life continues to move on, but at the same token, it's like, things just keep just going so fast, It seems like life is like, it's always so hard to keep up with life, And like I've stated before, like when I'm looking at like, tech stuff, it seems tech stuff is constantly updating. Tech stuff is constantly just flying, and it's so hard to keep up with this stuff, And that's how that's how you kind of look at life too. Life is just, you're always in such a big hurry to get to the next thing and get to the next phase, and then sometimes life just speeds on without you. It's crazy to think about, where we've come from. Like, again, me being a retro person, going all the way back to like the late 80s till today's time. It's crazy to see where we've progressed to, but the thing about, I guess I can say it this way, if you permit me to say it like this, but it's basically like how life has just continued to keep progressing on, and one thing always remains constant, and the one thing that remains constant really is just the holidays. Every year, no matter what you've done, no matter who you've come in contact with, you're always going to wish somebody happy holidays or something like that. And it's always cool just to come back to the holidays and just, remind yourself of, hey, look, this is the holidays. This is the time to be thankful, be joyous about, what has happened and what you've gone through. And it's just always good just to kind of just say, hey, look, I'm so glad I've made it another year, coming up. Obviously, another New Year's about to hit, crazy. It's the year of the tiger's about to hit, which is crazy, And I just keep thinking to myself, where else are we going to go at? What new things are going to appear? What else is going to happen over these next couple years? These are the things that I'm always constantly thinking about, not worried about, but thinking about. They're always on my mind. And ultimately, all I like to do really is just, again, try to make people happy and smile and, kind of go from there. And again, I understand, like, I know a lot of people are probably not going to be on tonight live streaming or watching and stuff like that because, again, this is like everybody's holiday tomorrow and stuff. And yet again, I just said, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to jump on. I'm going to do this because, again, I don't know when I'm going to be able to live stream. Really, technically, I don't know when I'm going to be able to live stream after the New Year's simply because of, with my mom getting her knee surgery. Like I said, I don't know. So I want to try to get in as much as I can as far as live streaming goes. And also, guys, I do have to apologize. I know I said I would get the new ASMR video up this week, but a lot, and when I mean a lot has happened this week. I pretty much wasn't mentally prepared for what was going to happen this week. We had to go to, me and my mom, we had to sit into an online class for her knee surgery, and there was just a lot. I mean, the amount of stuff that they basically threw at us as far as like what we're going to be prepared for the surgery and stuff like that. I wasn't prepared for it, and my mind was like just shot. My mind was gone. And then on top of, preparing for the holidays, preparing for Christmas, getting food, getting last minute gifts, my mind was just, ugh. So I apologize. I did not get I wanted it up before now, but obviously because of just how crazy things have been, I apologize. So, but I will be getting, if I don't get it up by next week, guys, I promise you I will be working on that plus an additional ASMR video. I'm going to be working on stuff basically over the next year. There's a lot of plans that I have. It's just when you're trying to squeeze in everything at the last minute, it's so hard to do it, but it is what it is. And hey, welcome. It's always so good to just to talk to you guys, and I appreciate you guys just jumping on and basically watching me, listening to me and all that stuff. I just want people to have fun and just take your minds off things. That's all I'm ultimately here to do. But yeah, like I said, guys, I will get my ASMR video up sometime or another. I am also planning on since I'm getting this new handy recorder thing, I'm going to be testing that out, and hopefully that will sound a lot better and things of that nature. Again, I apologize. Like I said, I was so busy today and just trying to get everything done at the last minute. I'm like, oh man, really? And then of course I forget this, I forget that, and of course I've been I've been accidentally hurting myself today because you're trying to get stuff done, and then boom, you bang your head on something, you bang your tail on something, you bang your head on something. It's like, oh Lord, really? So I'll be honest with you. I tend to push myself. I shouldn't do that, but I do really tend to push myself. And the only reason I push myself is because I know I'm able to do things, but I also know that I have to take a step back too, but more or less my major concern has always been with my family and of course my friends, and of course you guys as well, making sure people are always good, and try to be like a positive influence in people's lives, especially nowadays. I try to be that person to, inspire others to do the right thing, or just say something positive to another person or something like that. There's so much negativity going on in the world, and I've always been this type of person, just to try to put some kind of positive influence in other people's lives. And I really tend to push myself, especially when it comes to family, especially after the stuff I told you guys about with the accident with my brother, and of course my mom going through all these surgeries and stuff like that. It's been rough. It's been rough, but you know what? I thank God I'm still able to do what I do. And honestly, when I do my live streams, guys, this is the time for me to kind of detox. I kind of use live streaming as like my therapy, if that makes sense. It's a way where I can really truly express myself, get things off my chest, and just say what's on my mind, play games, have fun doing it, and that's ultimately all that I ever want to do. So And hey, Merry Christmas to you too. Like I said, I'm just happy that everybody is enjoying, getting good things about their holidays and stuff like that. So yep. And Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, Jerry. Appreciate it. But yeah, but again, yeah, I really think I do push myself a little too hard, but ultimately it will pay off. Eventually I'll be able to say, hey, look, I can finally relax. I can finally take a break. I don't have to worry about, people are in trouble and all that stuff. So it is what it is. and and let's just the hold up pretty much, which I again I apologize for. It was just I was so busy earlier. I was extremely busy earlier, and I just didn't have enough time to like really prep for everything. And it was just one of those days where things just didn't want to work out. But well, hopefully you will enjoy. I hope you do enjoy your day tomorrow. I hope everybody enjoys a good Christmas. Whether it be, you don't get a lot of gifts, if you don't get a lot of like tension wise, like family and friends or whatever, at least I hope that things work out where you can at least relax and at least enjoy that day. Like I said, I understand everybody is completely different. Everybody has different situations. Everybody has a lot of different things going on, and I completely and I totally understand. So all I can say is just I hope you guys do enjoy your day tomorrow. Whether you are alone, whether you are with family, whether you have gifts, whether you don't have gifts. Just always enjoy the fact that you are also, alive. You're well, or at least you're feeling at least healthy. I'll put it to you guys that way. And it's always a thing where I always try to my best to make sure that you know I'm saying the positive and the right things to people. Again, it's hard to do it because you're always like, I always feel like I'm walking on eggshells a lot of times when I'm, telling people, positive things and stuff like that. It's like, well, you don't know where I've been through. You don't know what kind of BS I've dealt with. I get that. I understand that. But, you know, just having somebody just to say something positive, like, well, you've got this far, you can make it. You can get through it. You know, as much as I try not to bring a lot of, religious aspects into my live streams and stuff like that. But, the one thing that I've been told and my mom always tells me is that, if God brings you to it, he'll bring you through it. And, that's how I feel about it now. Again, I don't know who everybody, how it is and how that is with, your own beliefs and stuff like that. I'm not here to offend people in that manner. So just know that things work out. Things always work out in the end. As long as you know that they'll work out, they will work out. So, yeah. And yes, also, guys, feel free to ask questions. This is a Q&A as well. Eventually I'll start playing games here in a bit, but, just wanted to break the ice a little bit and just talk about essentially nothing. Again, we're starting off the Jingle Jangle Corner already, and I was like, you know what, tonight was just off the rails. Tonight is just about spilling guts and just enjoying talking. So that's essentially what this more or less is tonight. Shoveling or mowing the lawn? Both suck. Both suck. I don't. I'll put it to you this way. It depends on how big your lawn is. If your lawn is about as big as our lawn is, probably mowing sucks more. But it also depends on the mower that you have. So, like, for us, we have one of those, like, automatic push mowers. Not a riding lawnmower. It's a regular old push mower. Which, it works, but it's just whenever the grass gets too tall, it starts to become bothersome. So, and then, of course, with shoveling snow, we have an actual snow blower, but it's a manual, which means you have to push it. And, my gosh, you get a workout with that. But It really depends on the equipment. I'll put it to you that way. Both suck, but I'd probably end up saying if I have to deal with it, it would probably be maybe shoveling snow is probably the worst, simply because you got to stop and scoop and all that stuff. So, but that's me. Again, that's just me. And oh, hey Meowie, how's it going? How's it going? And how did I start streaming? That's actually a good question. I would probably say I got inspired by streaming. Like originally, originally when I started doing live streaming and stuff like that, I was really inspired by like watching those old like video game shows, like those really old school, like what was it called, like Video Power and Nick Arcade and stuff like that. And I got really inspired by them. But of course, back then, the technology didn't exist and stuff like that. And then eventually, I'll actually let you guys on a little something. Just a little something. Before YouTube and all this stuff started, I remember way back in the day, we had a compact Presario. This thing was old. This was an old PC. This thing was so old, it only had 5 gigs of memory on it, right? But I remember this day, my brother had got an actual virtual camera, like an actual like webcam, before they were like, built into like, laptops and stuff like that, right? So basically, I actually recorded myself playing some Sonic Adventure, like actually somehow got the camera to stand on this little this little stand with a book stand up on it, and somehow managed to, like, I don't even know how I did it. I really don't. I don't even know how I even managed to do this, but managed to record the actual footage of the video game through this webcam in horrible quality, and somehow managed to make that work. So, but then, obviously, when you're live streaming like that, you obviously sound crappy and all that stuff, and then I kind of dropped off. But then it wasn't until maybe years later when I started seeing people on Twitch started doing it, and it started becoming more of a snowball effect, and I was like, okay, maybe I can get into it. So, like, before I became a VTuber, I have been live streaming, but just not consistent. I was always just like, oh, let me just live stream. And, obviously when you try to do that, nobody shows up to your live streams or nobody does anything. You're just live streaming. You're basically just talking to a bunch of nothing, essentially. But then ultimately, when I did see the VTubers started becoming more and more popular, that's when I really got inspired to do it. And after that, let's just say the rest is history, So going from the old days to basically watching VTubers is basically where I got the inspiration to start live streaming. And honestly, I love it. I love doing it like this because, number one, I get to be more animated. I get to be more, like a cartoon character, essentially, just being somebody who just likes to talk about the retro days. But, again, being an animated character such as this, being able to just do poses in front of the camera without actually being in front of the camera, if that makes any sense to you guys. So, again, that's just a cool thing that I love about being a VTuber, is just being animated without actually being animated, which is crazy. But, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And then... And, yeah, that I do admit to. Yeah, shoveling really honestly sucks. I would really say, just the fact of what equipment you have when you mow or when you lawn or when you shovel, it really makes a difference, But it's still, no matter what it is, shoveling still sucks. I mean, you guys have seen that clip that, I don't even know if it's a meme at this point, but this this dude is trying to shovel his sidewalk. He literally falls like for 8 seconds trying to like shovel his sidewalk. It was that's like the one tradition I can say I do, is whenever the first like snow hits, I watch that video just to get some laughs. Just like, okay, I see where this guy's frustration's coming in, so I'm like, let's just poke fun at this person, which, obviously we all eventually slip and fall on something, or just slip for whatever reason on snow and ice and all that stuff. So it is what it is as far as that goes anyway. But yeah, but hey, if you guys have an actual snowblower, hey, be thankful you have that thing. If you have a riding lawnmower, be happy you have that thing, because I'm telling you guys, push mower, shoveling snow manually, having a manual snowblower, yeah, that junk sucks. That junk sucks so much. But you know, I'm thankful I'm able to do it. You know, it's a difference when you can do it, and there's a difference when you can't do it and you have to pay somebody to do it, or wait for somebody to kind of get you out of your driveway and stuff. That's the one thing that really irritates me probably the most, with like becoming older and stuff like that. Like, I look at my mom and I know she can't do the stuff she used to do, which is why I do a lot of stuff for her. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, I have to definitely say I'm thankful for, you know. I'll put it to you guys that way. Is there an old school game? Honestly, it's a hard call. I mean, I know a lot of games that I've recently seen have kind of already made that trip to today's graphics and stuff, but like, now if you're saying like just visually, I would love to see, like, I would love for them to like make like a new Ninja Gaiden. Seriously, as much as I like crap on Ninja Gaiden so much, I would love to see a new Ninja Gaiden game done in the old school way, but with, you know, today's graphics and stuff. You know, so like basically a 2D version, up to date, of Ninja Gaiden. I'd love to see that. And then my favorite video or live stream I've done so far. Honestly, I would probably end up saying like the ones that I've done would probably be the Attack On series. Like, if you guys are, obviously, for some of you guys who aren't familiar with the Attack On series, is basically where I go and I basically try my best to beat the games that have either irritated me as a kid or irritated me recently. And probably the one that I could say that I actually am probably the most proud of, honestly, is the is the one where I did all the bad, or not the bad, but the hard Nintendo games. Between that and the Attack on Tecmo, the Attack on Tecmo was probably the one that really kicked it off for me. So it's a hard call between the Attack on Tecmo or the Attack on NES Nightmare. So it's a hard call between those two. But, you know, outside of that, like, when you do a lot of like animations and stuff like that, or just editing and things of that nature, it's a pleasure to like edit your own like material, your own content, and then paste it. But then the same difference. It's like, because I'm my own worst critic. God knows, guys. I say bad things about my junk all the time. I'm like, man, I could have made that better, or I could have did this better, or something like that. So, but personally, probably just the Attack on Tecmo and the NES Nightmare, those were probably my favorite ones because they just got me out of my comfort zone, so to speak. So, yep, I'm glad you think the Ninja Gaiden things too. So, you know, the Ninja Gaiden thing is definitely something I'd love to see. You know, hard call from Tecmo, obviously, but I'd just like to see a new Ninja Gaiden game done in the old school way, if I can be honest. And then I don't know what's up with the bots. Apparently I'm a target tonight since I'm doing Christmas stuff. But yeah. Bots are bots. That's all I can say. I do play, like, honestly, like, while I focus a lot more on retro games, guys, I do play new school games. You know, there's nothing wrong with new school games. It's just that once a new game comes out, everybody jumps on it. And then, you know, then it's on, you know, everybody's like, you know, recommendation list on YouTube. which, again, it's not a bad thing. It's just, once you see one new game, you kind of seen them all, in my honest opinion. But if you really are talking like new school style games, the one game that I really honestly want to see, or at least play, really, is is Metroid, is the new Metroid game. I haven't played it yet because I don't own it. So I want to play it eventually, and I probably will do that. So yeah, hopefully hopefully I'll get a chance to play that game. I did play Halo, the new Halo free-to-play game, which, again, I suck at first-person shooters, but I gave it a shot. Sort of held my own, sort of. But that's really one of those games where I'm like, I just play it just to say I played it. Occasionally I'll get on, I'll play a little bit, but I suck at first-person shooters. I'd probably say the only game that I'd say I can say I play on an ongoing basis that is actually a new school style game is actually GTA. GTA is like the only game that I really play like on an ongoing basis that's new school or new generation. So yeah. Outside of that, I'm not really super interested in a lot of the new stuff that's coming out, except if it's retro related. If it's retro related, Sonic related, Street Fighter related, then I'm cool with that. And again with the bots, really, I'm like I said, guys, I'm a target tonight apparently. But now speed runs. Okay, now I will say a speed run. I would love to try my best to do a Ninja Gaiden Shadow speed run. Despite how bad like I said before, I bark on Ninja Gaiden all the time, guys. Ninja Gaiden Shadow is the one game. It's the one game I can literally say I can beat under 25 minutes, at least under 25 minutes. So yeah, that's something I would like to try someday. Not anytime soon because I have to be like in total like my mind concentration game has to be like on point. So it's not going to happen anytime soon. But I would love to try that. So, but good question. And I'm glad that you guys do like the live streams, and of course the ASMR videos. Which again, honestly, guys, the first ASMR video I did was on a complete whim. I didn't even have the equipment. I used my cheap old $30 microphone, which I'm not using now. I'm actually using my my handy recorder right now. But the very first ASMR video I did was actually with that old $30 microphone, and somehow it worked and it sparked and people liked it. Apparently it was so good. Remember, guys, that person stole my video idea, practically stole my video, posted it, and somehow got even more views than my original video did, which was just, it's still kind of annoys me to this day. But thankfully, thanks to Liger, thanks to a lot of you guys who let me know about this, and thankfully YouTube took care of it, which I am appreciative of. Really taught me that, I have to be careful of my content, but then also at the same token be proud of my content. So, the fact that a newcomer like me, I could see it if I was like up there in terms of like, popularity, but obviously I'm still kind of small potatoes right now. So it was just the fact that me being a small potatoes, live streamer, made an ASMR video and it gets stolen. That was kind of like, that irked me a bit. So, but thankfully things kind of worked out in my favor, and now here we are now. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad about that. So, and yeah, I definitely want to do a Metroid Dread stream. Do not worry. If I get Metroid Dread, I don't know if I'm getting it for Christmas. I don't know. I don't even know what the heck I'm getting for Christmas, to be honest with you guys. From family and stuff. I don't expect anybody to get me anything from Christmas here on the live stream. Guys, don't even think about trying to get me anything. If you want to, I'm not going to stop you, but it's up to you. And thank you, bank account. I appreciate that. But yes, if I do get Dread, I will be live streaming Dread. Do not worry. That's something I do plan to do. And then, well, I hope not, man. I hope you don't get targeted by bots and stuff. It's really, I mean, I never thought bots be attacking me, but again, I think it's the timing because number one, it's New Year's Eve. I did put a lot of like Christmassy stuff on my thing or whatnot, so yeah. But just sadly, I just don't have time for an admin. I'd love to make an admin, but I just don't have the time for that right now. Eventually, like I think once I get over to 1,000 subscribers, guys, which again, please like and share this video, this channel, and all that stuff. Because once I get to 1,000 subscribers, and that's when I can really start doing a lot of cool stuff. That's when I can start really earning like a nice good start as far as that goes, and then hopefully can start evolving a little bit more and more as far as my live streams, as far as my content goes. But obviously I can't stop bots. Bots are just going to be a thing, and I'm like, you know what? Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, then we'll cross that next bridge when we get to it. But it's just, I always have to think about the people that if I have to hire somebody to like do things, I would be like, just, I can't do it. I can't pay you. I can't do this. So, it's just one of those things where I just have to kind of let the ball where it plays at for now. But eventually I will get an admin. I will get all this cool stuff. It's just I have to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark first. Once I do that, then we'll be good. Then I can start doing some cool stuff. Oh yes, another good question. Now, for those who actually don't know this, and Sam just popped on. Hey Sam, and Sam just got finished watching Krampus. The holiday horror flick. I seen that movie. It's good. But anyway, for the sounds, the actual sounds that I make for the ASMR videos, I have like this whole box of just like items that I bought from the dollar store and actually from fabric stores and stuff. And I basically combined them to make like this, like the creaking sounds and stuff like that. It's very hard to get it correct or get the sounds just right because, when the thing of it is when really when you, basically like, that's right, Sam. Basically, like when you're making sounds and stuff like that, it's a workout. Like literally, like I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but like the best way I can always describe this is like when you hear, sounds from cartoons and stuff like that. You have these people called Foley artists, and Foley artists are essentially sound making artists. And basically, all you do is just you try to make the sounds by using like rope, for instance, like hemp rope, like actual like regular rope, not like the twine, not any of that, like legitimately like the rope that they use to like tie like boats and stuff like that to like a dock. Those are the kind of like sounds that you can get out of that kind of like material. So but you squeeze it back and forth and stuff like that. But for probably for the best sound like quality or the sound that you can make out of it, honestly, that would probably be like a specialized like pleather or even leather, but it has to be very 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 like shiny. It has to have like the shiny like gloss on it to get that sound, to get it just right. Like for instance, let me pull out the equipment here. So like this is the pleather, which is expensive. This pleather cost me about $10 a yard. This stuff is not cheap. So like the actual sound, or actually let me let's do it like this. So see, for example, I have to like just squeeze this just right, and it's leather. And basically, I have it layered over top of each other. So you're talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're talking like 8 layers of leather on top of each other. And when you twist your wrist around and stuff like that, that's basically how you get the actual sound out of to make that work. So yeah. And then, oh yes, Sam. Yes, we did. That's right. We did watch that last year. I completely forgot. I'm like, oh my gosh, Krampus. That was a good. It was a good. It was a good flick, you know. And then yes, of course. Yeah, you guys somehow all caught COVID, and I didn't somehow, which I'm thankful for. You know, which I still feel bad for you guys. You caught it, but thank God you guys got over that. So yeah, no plague this year, guys. No plague this year with me, Shorty, Sam, and Shorty's fiance. I hope this never happens again to any of us. And yeah, that's essentially my workout. I'll be honest with you guys. Like when I do my ASMR videos, like literally, like my process is this. This is how I do my ASMR videos. I first have to come up with like a little script, like not like word for word script, just kind of like in the direction I want to go. Once I do that, then I actually have to do the actual voice acting, like the actual, like when I'm talking, you know, doing the actual voice recording in this case. So once I do the voiceover, then, which could take, possibly an hour, possibly 2 hours. Depends on how many takes I have to make, because I have to make like various takes. I have to make some adjustments and stuff like that. So it might take me an hour, 2 hours tops to actually get the voice acting down. Once I do the voice acting, then I have to go and create the actual pictures or the actual, like, the video per se. So, like, I go here to Second Life, then I create the actual thing. My God, what is up with these bots? But anyway, yeah, I go to Second Life. I make the actual poses, the animation, and all that stuff. Then everything is done in post, which is done through DaVinci Resolve. That's the video editing program that I that I use to do that. Once I do all of that stuff, then I actually capture the actual sounds, which could be a variation from, you know, the pleather, the rope, and even, like, I'll actually take, like, actual pre-made sounds, and, like, I'll actually go to, like, free sound libraries that you can actually go, like, for instance, the beach episode that I made, the beach ASMR episode with the background, somebody actually made, like, the actual beach sounds. So all I did was just took the background music or background sounds and then applied that to the actual video, and then after that, kind of went and kind of did its own thing, and somehow it all worked out. So when you're doing it by yourself, it's a lot harder than you might think. You know, it's not just like, you know, if I was live streaming, like if I was doing a live stream ASMR, it would be so much more easier because I wouldn't have to do all this extra content and this extra work to make the video look legit. But in this case, when I do the actual ASMR, like posting an ASMR video, I try my best to give you guys the best content as far as, you know, the animation, the sound quality, the voice acting, and all that stuff. So it takes me about at least about a day or two just to, you know, get everything kind of squared away, and then probably another day just for the final edits, just to make sure everything sounds good, make sure everything is okay. And then finally post it, and then boom, you guys are happy. So yeah. If I couldn't use this, I honestly probably would just do everything the way I used to do it, and that's just becoming you know, doing everything live, you know, actually being in front of the camera and doing it, you know, with my actual real face, real time, and all that stuff. But to be honest with you, I can't really see myself going back at this point, because it's just I'm having too much fun being an animated character, and being an animated character like this allows me to just be more in there. If anything, what I want to do is I'm eventually going to really work with the live 2D stuff, guys, and really actually make my animated character come to life, you know. Because right now what I'm doing, which I don't know how I did it, but I made it work, was just to basically, you know, I basically have two images on top of each other. When I talk, obviously, you see my character talking. And this is all done through OBS. So in this case, I kind of tricked OBS into making making it look like my character is moving when actually it's just 2 frames of animation, honestly. But somehow it works, and it gives that actual look that I'm actually talking, when obviously it's it's basically a trick of the mind, which is really cool. But honestly, I like VTubing so because I think people enjoy animated characters, enjoy animated cartoons, enjoy anything animated, and just to be a real time animated character, you know, it's something that people can relate to. Like if it like let's be honest, if you guys really wanted to, you would probably love the fact that you could like look at like Bugs Bunny and actually see him being animated right here on the screen. I think that would be cool to see in a general sense, just to see an actual animated character being animated in real time. And I think that's what grabs a lot of people. And it's just something I like doing. I like this. I didn't know how this would work, but it works. What is this? This is now my 10th? Yeah, 10th, coming up to 11th month now. Next month is going to be my 11th month being a VTuber. And, I appreciate the fact that you guys have stuck with me this far. And, newcomers, I appreciate you guys. It's overwhelming a little bit, but it's the fact that I've been able to do this for so long and, not gotten tired of it, And I appreciate that, you guys really do like this. And yeah, I mean, a VTuber, I mean, I don't have any problems being in front of a camera, but, I mean, people want something to really grasp a hold of. I'm not like Markiplier. I'm not like, Jacksepticeye. I'm not like those guys, and I don't think I'll ever will be those guys, but they are personalities who are real people, real personalities and stuff. I have a lot to like kind of like build up to it, if that makes sense. So that's why I decided when I first saw VTubers and really saw them kick off, then that's when I was like, okay, I can do this. I can get back into live streaming, because that's what I ultimately wanted to do, was just to live stream video games. But I had no idea it would kick off the way it's kicked off for me now. So, I'm very happy to know that I'm able to do these things, and you guys are happy that I create this stuff. That's something I'm thankful for. I'm really thankful for you guys so much, because it's not really me that's doing it. It's you guys. You guys are sharing the videos. You guys are sharing the content, and it's bringing more people. So it's thanks to you guys that I'm able to do this stuff. And I really, truly am thankful for that. And no problem at all. No problem at all, Carter, man. You're here. You're cool. That's no problem. Everybody can come in whenever they want to. If you come in late, that's fine. Come in early, that's fine. I've got no issues with that whatsoever. So yeah, VTuber anniversary is coming up in, I think, February. Yes. So, and I am planning on something special for that. I am planning on doing something very special for my VTuber anniversary. It's in the works. Nothing yet, but I'm looking forward to reaching, just the whole, how can I say it? It's the fact that I'm experiencing things that I wish I could have experienced when, streaming was a thing. But it's the fact that I'm enjoying it now and enjoying it so much more because people like you guys love the stuff that I make. And all I can say is, thank you so much that you guys really enjoy this content. I could have been another person who does, Minecraft, another person who does, Fortnite, Battlefield, Call of Duty, all the big name title games. But I wanted to stand out being different, and not just different being a VTuber. I mean, obviously I'm different because of the big muscles and stuff like that. I know I'm completely different as far as a VTuber goes. But as far as the content being created, that's where you're going to shine at, You can be the personality you want to be, but it's more or less the content that you're going to be working with. And the biggest thing for me is making sure that the content that I make is the content that I like to make. I'm not just going to make content and content. I'm not happy making that content. Just that's like shooting yourself in your own foot, right? So the content that I create, guys, is why I focus a lot more on retro games than I do new school games. Like, yeah, I'll play new school games every now and again, but as far as like retro stuff, that's where I belong. That's where I grew up. That's what I like doing. I love playing retro and retro based content. And again, I like going back to the past and bringing you guys back to the past with me, talking about old school shows, talking about, old school commercials, just the stuff that, while, yeah, I get it, we'll never see retro the way it was back in the 90s, back in the late 80s, and all that stuff. I get that. I understand that. But it's always something, it's always a bridge there just to talk to people who, like, hey, you guys remember the original Mario Brothers cartoon? You guys remember the original Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon? You guys remember when it was good, the original Simpsons cartoon, back when it was like, like season 3, season 4, back when it was funny and stuff like that? I'm talking about the stuff that we grew up with in the 90s. And I think right now, most of us can say we grew up within the realm of the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, or basically the 90s in general, and possibly the early 2000s. I think we all kind of fall in that same category. And again, I want I want people to just remember those old days and those old times when things were just fine, things were fun, and you didn't constantly worry about, what's going on in today's world and stuff like that. Which, again, I tell you guys all the time, I don't like watching the news. I don't like reading anything related to the news because it's always something. It's like every time you turn on the news or something like that, something negative is happening. And I'm, excuse me, I try not to choke on my words, but I don't like looking at all this negative stuff and whatnot. And really, I look at the retro stuff as the positive because it was just a simpler time back then, back when you could just jump on and just and play video games without having to worry about getting sniped from across the map from some guy over in like Argentina or something like that, And then it's just remembering those old days is what really brings a lot of joy back to me, because while today's games are all good and stuff, like I said, I've got no big deals with a lot of new games. It's just there's something about the old generation games that just it makes me happy. It makes me happy to play these old generation games and bring back people to where gaming was at one point. Pardon me. Like, I don't know why I'm getting a frog in my throat all of a sudden. Don't. But yeah, there's like when I was telling you guys about like rental stores, like video rental stores. Like video rental stores was like just those were like the great days back then. Like when you could go into a video rental store. Like I remember like legitimately when some of the games that we used to play, like what was it, like Super Spy Hunter. Like I remember seeing Super Spy Hunter for rental. I remember seeing Captain America and the Avengers for rental. I remember Codename Viper for rental. Basically, all the games that you've seen so far, guys, outside of the new generation games, I saw those games on rental shelves. Those were the games that you could legit rent for like 2 days, like for $3. Have fun and then return them. But again, I'm not sure if you guys remember this when I told you guys during the one of the live streams was like when they made Ninja Gaiden 3 for the NES. The reason why they made that game was so hard for the NES and not for the Famicom version was because of video rental stores. People would go and rent the game and beat it, and that would be it. They would, obviously the company would be out $60, right? So they legitimately made the game ridiculously hard because of rentals. So when you would rent this game, it was hard to play and it was hard to beat, and you would spend basically your entire time with your game rental trying to beat the game, and you probably never did, and then you would just re-rent it to try to beat it and stuff, and that's how they worked back in the 90s. So it was weird. It was a weird time, but that's how it is. And yeah, yeah, exactly, Sam. Like the arcades, like you guys, like the arcade was the place. That was the legit place for everybody to go at. Because again, for those who don't know, Mortal Kombat, a lot of rumors got it started in the arcades because they didn't explain every little thing. They didn't explain how to get like a fatality. They didn't explain how combos work. They didn't explain hidden characters. You got hints, you got little things, you got little tidbits from the arcade and things of that nature, but only the really elite players or the people that played these games or even owned the arcade game, they would find out little hints and stuff like that. Because of Mortal Kombat 1's success, all these little hints, all these little things that was talked about in Mortal Kombat 1 got pushed over to Mortal Kombat 2. Like, perfect example, there was, if you go to the test menu in Mortal Kombat 2, there's an actual, like, option called Kano transformations. And there's actually no such thing as a Kano transformation, but it was a rumor. It was one of those things that sparked debate. And it was one of those things like, Kano transformation, I've never heard of this. Is this a real thing or whatever? And, you know, that's what got people, like, so into, like, okay, what's going to happen in this, or what's going to happen if I play this game and stuff. And it was just a bug out because of all the rumors that Mortal Kombat was just stemming from. And legitimately, it was those rumors that make Mortal Kombat the way it is now. You know, it's not the blood, it's not the guts, although it's a part of it. It's just all the rumors that were talked about and all the stuff that was heard and seen, you know. Like another example for Mortal Kombat. If you guys play the original Mortal Kombat, the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 game on the arcade, and you look at the actual intro sequence where it's like a big demo where, like, you know, characters are fighting and stuff like that. On the very last screen, I believe, there's actually a picture for Rain. But if you've noticed, nobody can access Rain without special, it was like a special little thing. I think, was it Mortal Kombat 3 or was it Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3? But I forget. But apparently Rain was a character that was supposed to be in the game, but never appeared in it, I believe. Yeah, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Okay. So it was a very cool, it was a really awesome, like, concept to see, you know, for that. And then, yes, Sam, like the rumors, like the truck by the SS Anne in Pokemon where you could totally get Mew. Yeah, like those things. And yeah, like that was the stuff, like, yeah, Carter, like, exactly, that was the stuff that, like, that sparked rumors. It was crazy to see this stuff back then, you know. And I'm, like, constantly, like, always reminding myself, look, this is the stuff that sparked, like, all these rumors and sparked all this debate, and then finally we get to see it in the home console versions. And then, of course, like, years later, we were talking about Mortal Kombat, like, 9 back then, you know, where Scarlet finally appears as a DLC character after they said, oh, we saw a red ninja, a red female ninja, you know. And it was just, that was a bug out for us back then. And it was just so amazing to see where all this stuff came from. And it was just from the arcades. You know, when you grow up in the arcades, it's completely different from today's standards where, you know, we're all at home now and stuff, and arcades hardly almost exist anymore. But, okay, buddy. Hey, have a good night. Merry Christmas if I don't see you tomorrow, okay? So, hey, get some rest, all right? Get some rest. And hey, yes, Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yes, if you guys are coming in late and you did not catch it, yes, Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. But yeah, like what was there's this, I know, like, even like it wasn't even an arcade, like back before my aunt moved. There was this old pizza joint. It was a pizza sub barn, I think it was called, or something like that, that was beside her apartment. and we would go in there and order pizzas because literally we could just walk next door and get a pizza. But they had this arcade machine there, and it had like a multitude of like little miniature, well, like it was like one of those multicade arcade machines. And the one game I would always sit there and play while they were waiting for the pizza to get made was 1942. And I think that's where I really started liking those shoot 'em ups, arcade shoot 'em ups. So like you would sit there like I would die like always on the second level and stuff like that. But it was just the fact that you're sitting there and you're like trying to figure things out and stuff, and it was always so interesting to like just to sit there and like try to learn things from the arcade, because obviously arcade doesn't have an instruction manual unless you're lucky enough to talk to the owner of said arcade to get instruction manuals. But even the instruction manuals don't tell you everything, which is crazy. But it's the fact that you're sitting there and you're observing, you're basically like analyzing everything. Like, okay, this does this, this button does this, enemies do this, enemies fly in this pattern, and it's like you're kind of like analyzing everything. And I'm doing this like at age 5. I'm like, I don't even know how in the world I was able to do all this stuff, And it's like from there till now, it's like, okay, I can definitely tell where my skills came from. Although, again, I challenge anybody who's watching right now to go back and play like the original Super Mario Brothers, play the original Sonic, play any of the original games that started off the franchise, and see how well you do. I guarantee you're going to have a challenge. Unless you play those games like at least once out of the year, I guarantee you're going to have a challenge. You're going to have a hard time trying to beat those games the way you used to play them and beat them when you were younger. And I just say that just to, just say, you get bored one day. Try it. Just, you never know. So, I mean, the fact that I sat here and, what was it, a couple months ago, I legitimately, it was back in June, I think? Yeah, it was back in June, where I sat there and I actually played all 3 Sonic games all at once. Like, legitimately sat here and played Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3, and got all the Chaos Emeralds. Straight up got all the Chaos Emeralds. Although I did have to cheat a little bit. I don't mind saying it. I did cheat a little bit, but but it's the fact that you still can go back and play those games. And I still love doing it. Like I said, guys, eventually, like, at least maybe once a year, I'll go back and I'll just sit there and play like the original Sonic games, just all in one shot, just to see how good I do. So, yeah. And like, oh yeah, like for instance, like Sam here, she's played the original Doom and Quake. I'm not good at those games. I suck at those games. But it's just the fact that, you go back, you play those games, and you enjoy them. And then, yeah, and new records. Actually, that does remind me. I should play Sonic 3's competition mode, time attack mode, just to see how good my records are. Although I wish I still had my one thing, because I actually had like all these. I had all these original games, but for some strange reason, I don't know why, but like all my data got erased off the Sonic 3 game. I was like, oh man, so I had to like redo all that stuff. But like I had like, I know like on the time attack mode, I had some crazy ridiculous records. And of course, lost all that data. I was like, man. And trying to like recreate and redo those records are like impossible. So maybe one day I'll sit here and I'll just try to play and try to see if I can at least remotely remember the records that I beat in Sonic 3 and try to beat them. So, yeah. Outside of that, I can only say, I'm only so good at certain levels in certain Sonic games now that I can remember without any kind of issues, because I'm pretty sure you guys know, the more older you get, the more stuff you end up forgetting back in the day, especially if it made no sense or had no real weight to your lives. It's just one of those things. It happens to everybody. And that's actually a very good question. And And the only reason I say that is because I worked in retail for video games. I worked for, obviously, I'm going to say the name because obviously everybody knows where I worked at. I worked for GameStop. If I can talk, I don't know why I'm having difficulties talking tonight. But anyway, I think gaming peaked way back, probably during the PS3 era, if I can be honest. And that's simply because of just how, I guess, the gaming industry kind of changed back then. You know, once we reached PlayStation 3 status, I think the fact of how games kind of started becoming the same. If you've noticed, the way things are, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I don't know where gaming has tried to peak to, or where gaming has tried to gone to, or in general, I'm going to say it to you this way. Bought or not, I don't care. But I'm just going to say it to you this way. I think gaming peaked way back when PlayStation 3 got released. After that, gaming just kind of seemed like it tanked. You know, VR, if you want to talk about something different, VR seems to slowly becoming the new general sense of where gaming wants to go at. It's a very rocky start, in my honest opinion. I have an Oculus Quest. I have played with an Oculus Quest. It's very interesting, and I feel that gaming might go that way, and it can definitely make changes. But, it's just the fact that we're kind of still being on that repeating pattern. We're starting to see, like I'll put it to you guys this way. I mean, obviously, you played one first-person shooter in today's standards, you kind of played them all because they're kind of all the same. They'll add things, they'll take away little things, but in the concept of what a first-person shooter is, you're just basically running around shooting guns. You know, and again, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to shoot and fire a gun, although I've never really tried to fire a gun myself. I am not a gun person. I don't own a gun. I never want to own a gun. I don't even want to see a gun in real life if I can't, you know, if I can help it. But just in a general sense, I always believe that, you know, it makes my heart happy, and I just feel good when I see a good retro remake come back. Like, for instance, when they dropped the announcement for the TMNT game that looks like the old school arcade game, I will be honest with you guys. I was like, what? I flipped out. I literally jumped out of my seat. I was like, they are not doing this. Because it's a complete true love letter to the original arcade games back from when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first came out. That was the arcade game everybody played. Now, we fast forward all the way till now, and now we see these new school style games in the old, like, animated style, but with a new, like, animated twist to it, which I'm like, dude, this is awesome. It's just the fact that we're now seeing these games being remade for today's audiences. And I'm so excited to see what this game's going to be featured with, or what other characters going to be in it, because they already showed April being a playable character in it, and, you know, she was always the damsel in distress back then. But it's the fact now you can play with her, and she's got some Street Fighter moves. If you guys watch the trailer, she's got some Street Fighter moves. I'm like, they know what they're doing. So I'm very excited to see what they're going to be doing with this game, and, you know, possibly if they continue to make more of them, I would love to see more, like another sequel from that, you know. But, you know, if I can be honest with you guys, I really think gaming in general, just gaming is good as long as you have a good mindset with it, meaning that, you know, if you've played, like, for instance, if you played the original Sonic game, if you played the original Sonic game series and all that stuff, yes, Sonic has had some rough games in between to where we're getting ready to see the new Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers, coming out. I'm still a huge Sonic fan, obviously. Sonic has been a big and major influence in my life, whether it be from gaming, whether it be from artwork, whether it be from design, all that stuff. Sonic has just been a big, major influence in my life, you know. And the fact that even though Sonic still kind of, has had rough edges over these past couple years, when Sonic Generations came out, I thought that was like, yo, this is peak Sonic, creation. Yes, Sonic Adventure was good. Sonic Adventure 2 was good. But I think when Sonic Adventure 2 came out, Sonic Adventure 2 kind of took a step backwards from Sonic Adventure, because at least you could explore, you could go around places and stuff like that in the fields, which was really cool. When Sonic Adventure 2 came out, it took more of a linear step, which wasn't bad, but it was just, we had this open world game, and then all of a sudden we get shoved back into linear progression almost, where you couldn't explore the worlds and stuff, which, let's be honest, kind of sucked. But that's just my honest opinion from that. But the more I look at Sonic, and the more I look at how Sonic continues to keep going and progressing the way he's progressed for all these years, I still am a huge fan of Sonic. And if it's not even from the gaming aspect, it's just from the lore. Sonic has so much lore, The fact that Sonic's been in every major, form of... basically every form of media you can think of, from books, comic books, TV shows, cartoon shows. Sonic has been in so much, honestly, and he's so influential. The fact that, and I still remember this distinctively, the fact that, they took a poll back in the 90s. More kids knew Sonic than they knew Mickey Mouse, and that's a legit poll. I freaked out about that. I was like, what? There is no possible way. But it was legit. And it's always so amazing to see where this is all went, where this all, transpired and stuff. And it's crazy to see where this is, it's just crazy to see where everything has gone and where everything has happened, and I have no, okay, I don't know, AWD, can you hear me? I don't know. I don't, let me, hold on a second. I don't know if I have no idea if he knows that I'm actually live streaming or not. So, give me a sec here. Gives me a sec. But, anyways, yeah, like I was saying, Sonic has just been such an influential character to me, and I will still continue to keep liking Sonic because Sonic is just an amazing character. Sonic is a completely amazing character, and I just loved Sonic for not only his skills, his abilities, but his attitude. Like a perfect example. If you guys go and you watch the original Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, and then you look at Sonic Boom, I think Sonic Boom really brings back that original, Sonic flair, Yeah, he's not the old style traditional Sonic, but he still has that attitude, and I just like the fact that they recognize and remember that Sonic has attitude. So, yeah, give me a second. I just want to make sure WA is all right, because I don't know if he knows I'm connected or whatnot. Okay, I was about to say, I was like, I've been sitting here live streaming for 2 hours. I was like, where? Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, what's going on? I was like, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you might have to hit the I think you have to hit the try that was weird. Yeah, you have to hit the refresh button. I was like, what's going on? Okay. As long as we're good, everybody like knows I'm here, right? Everybody knows I'm here. Everybody can see me, can hear me. Am I okay? Am I all right? I'm just making sure. I was like, yeah. All I've been doing is just sitting here talking. That's all I've literally been doing, man. I haven't been doing anything else, just sitting here and talking. I said I was going to play some games. I'll play something a little bit later on. I'm just sitting here, just basically this is like an extended version of the Jingle Jangle Corner. Just all I'm doing is just sitting here talking and just reminiscing about stuff, essentially. But and yeah, I do agree with Sam. You know, gaming can still produce gems. Like for instance, like Original Sin 2, and then Control came out, and then Bloodstain was crazy to see. You know, seeing Bloodstain making a big comeback with the Castlevania, or in this case, Metroidvania style gameplay, that was awesome. And then you look back, and then you look at Dark Souls, and then you look at Bloodborne. It's just there's been a lot of good stuff in between all the bad stuff, you know. So, you know, there's always a good gem out there. Like, I'll even say, you know, like certain games that I even haven't touched yet, which I'm ashamed to say, but I haven't played Blaster Master 03 yet. I haven't played any of the Azure game. Dang it. Like, pretty much, I haven't played almost any of the newer versions of, like, Gunvolt. I haven't played any of those games yet. I haven't played. Well, I'm almost done, but I haven't completely conquered Mighty Gunvolt Verse. I haven't played and beaten that yet. But I also know a lot of the games that I actually like and enjoy. Like, even for Shantae, for instance, like the Shantae and the Seven Sirens. I haven't beaten that game yet. I haven't even played it yet because I've been so busy. I have it in my collection. I literally actually bought the physical copy from Limited Run Games. Yes, I have actually all the Shantae games from physical copies, except for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Physical copy for the Super Nintendo, for the Switch. I have the 3DS version physical, but I don't have that version. So, but it's just the fact that, you know, we've seen so many different things with video games over the years, and, you know, it's, again, I guess it comes down to the person. You know, if you like MMOs, you're obviously going to be playing like games like Final Fantasy 14. And I'm not sure if you might be playing Phantasy Star Online, but you'll be playing, you know, that game. Not sure about the whole after what happened with Warcraft and stuff like that. I'm not sure if people are still interested in that game ever since what happened with, you know, Blizzard and stuff. But, you know, it's the fact that you still like playing, you know, MMOs. So, yeah, you're going to be playing MMOs. You know, if you don't like MMOs, like, yeah, Sam doesn't like MMOs, you know, then obviously you're going to play games like, for instance, Sam, I know, is a die-hard Dark Souls fan. She loves Dark Souls. She still wants me to keep playing Bloodborne, which I will probably entertain that thought and, you know, subject myself to that for her, so that way she can, you know, vicariously live through my actions of playing the game and failing miserably at it. But again, she loves those games. I'm not huge on those games because I've played the original. I've played Demon Souls. I've played the original Dark Souls. Those games are terribly hard. But if you're determined, if you know what you're doing, you can then love the games for their difficulty, you know, which I've got no qualms, no quarrels about that. I play a game and I say, hey, look, I like this game. If I play it, I hate it. So there. You know, but again, like I said, I know it comes down to, you know, you guys, you know, what games you like playing. I know for Carter, for instance, I know you love fighting games. I love fighting games. I'm not as huge as a fighting game fanatic as you are, but again, you love those kind of games. And that's cool. I love the fact that people love so many diverse types of games. And hey, welcome. and I just like the diversions of different games. Like back in the day, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I used to play every game I could get my hands on, every single game I could think about. You know, and like yeah, I was in Pokemon. I was in Pokemon hardcore back when Pokemon was back when Pokemon was like super super huge back on the Game Boy, and I liked Pokemon Red. I had Pokemon Red, and then I had Pokemon Gold. But then after that, I kind of dropped out of Pokemon. Pokemon is no longer a thing for me. I like the aesthetics of Pokemon, but as a game, I'm just not there anymore. And yeah, yeah, I know I'm a big fighting game fan and stuff like that. Again, I've been to conventions, I've been to tournaments, I've played a good amount of fighting games because I grew up in the arcades. I grew up playing Street Fighter 2, but originally when I played Street Fighter 2, like I told you guys, my start from fighting games actually came from playing Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition on the Sega Genesis. After that, I started hitting up arcades. My first true video game fighting game experience really came to, I think, was, if it wasn't Mortal Kombat, which again, you guys know the scary story that I told you about Mortal Kombat and why it scared the crap out of me. But probably the first fighting video game experience that I actually got playing an actual fighting video game was actually called Art of Fighting. Art of Fighting kind of got me more into fighting video games back in the arcades, which was created by SNK, which you guys know is the hard, like one of the hardest, like, companies as far as like fighting games go. But that's where I got my start from. And I still love fighting games. I love fighting games because I like, martial arts. I love martial arts. I love martial arts flicks. And, after that, I just got really big into fighting games because I love watching martial arts flicks. I'm not going to lie. I love martial arts flicks. I love training in martial arts. I love martial arts. It's just something that I love. And after that, it snowballed. I went to fighting games and started learning about how some of these fighting games are really based off of actual martial arts, real martial arts and stuff. And, yes, some of the stuff is exaggerated, really exaggerated. It's just the fact that, you're still incorporating martial arts into fighting games, And then after that, when you really get deep into fighting games, there's just so much. There's so much there. The content, the lore, just even watching like how the characters evolve over time. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And it's always fun just to watch people like just expertly play these games, and then that's how I get inspired, which is really crazy to think about. And then, and then Sam, thank you for agreeing with me, Sam. Now I know not a lot of people are probably in this demographic as well, but me and Sam are like, yeah, after 150, that's kind of it, But also, I really, really Gold, to me, Pokemon Gold was like really the gold standard, if you pardon the expression. But, like when I looked at a lot of, Pokemon games, it just seems like you're just getting overwhelmed with the Pokemon. I mean, ultimately, you forget about certain Pokemon. You forget about doing this with certain Pokemon. You forget about this with certain Pokemon. You forget about all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, we have this many Pokemon now, and and it's just the game aesthetic. Like for instance, I love the concept of Pokken. The actual fighting video game version of Pokemon using a Tekken engine, which was pretty cool. I love that concept. If they would have implemented more Pokemon of that, I think that would be such a great hit. I would like to see a Pokken 2 tournament. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see a sequel to that game. But as far as Pokemon in a general sense, I was like, I'm just not into Pokemon like that, I tried to get into X and Y, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. There was just no way I could do it. I even bought the strategy guide and everything for it, and I just couldn't do it. I had to sell it. I had to sell it all. I was like, no, can't do it. Won't do it. Sorry. you know. But again, I'm not faulting the original game series for that. I'm just not into Pokemon as mainstream, like the main games, you know, that came out. I'm just not into those, you know. But I like Pokemon in a general sense. I like Pokemon. I like the concept of Pokemon. I like the artwork. I like all the stuff. I love all the amazing things that came from Pokemon. But just in a general sense, for the original games and the original, you know, the actual mainline game series, I'm just not into it, you know. But again, you know, to each their own. It's awesome. It's amazing for those who are still diehard fans. Like, I'm a diehard fan of Sonic, and I know there are some people that were into Sonic hardcore and they dropped out because they say Sonic sucks. Hey, I totally get it. I respect that. And I hope you guys understand the same way I am with Pokemon. Pokemon was cool when it started off and stuff, but then after that, the mainstream Pokemon games just kind of like, it just took a lot out of me, and then, like, I just didn't see much of evolving from that. Now, when you're talking Pokemon Snap, when you're talking Pokken, when you're talking about the offshoot games that have nothing to do with the mainline games, then those are fun. Those are amazing. Except for Unite was definitely, I will admit, Unite was kind of a mistake. So I'm like, I'm not even going to touch that. And yes. Actually, Sam didn't know this, but yes, it's called Pokken, which is actually based from Tekken. It's actually made from the Tekken engine, the same people that make Tekken, believe it or not. So there was so much about that game that I really liked, and obviously, you know, it was just not. I don't think a lot of people really got into it the way I got into it, but yeah, I would say, you know, check that out if you're really interested in that. And then, oh, Carter, go for it. Whatever if you know, want to post anything, go for it. You know, I have no qualms, no quarrels about that. You just, you know, if you like fighting games, if you're passionate about something, please keep your passions, guys. That's one thing I'm going to be honest with you. When you lose your passion for something, then you feel empty. You feel like an empty husk, and nobody wants to feel like that. You know, it doesn't matter if your friends have completely moved on or moved away from you, as far as like, oh, well, you still like this and I've gotten out of that. That doesn't matter. If your passion makes you happy, you stick with your passion. You know, I kid you not. Stay and stick with your passion as much as possible. Because I'll be honest with you, once you lose your passion on something, then it can really suck. I'm saying that from personal experience. You know, I was huge, like, back in the day, I was huge. I really was huge into Pokemon, guys. I was huge into Pokemon. I actually had Pokemon. I still have my original starter set of Pokemon cards. There was actually a Pokemon card league that I went to back when this one store was still open. Every Saturday, we would basically, it was basically like going to a comic store with, you know, Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff. But it was like a, what was the store called? I think it was called On Cue or Sam Goody or something like that. It was like a really, really old, like, you know, media store essentially. But in the back room, the manager was so cool. He would host these Pokemon, like official Pokemon League. Like, you could actually get gym badges if you reached a certain amount of points winning Pokemon battles or losing, because you still get points even if you lost. So you would earn like these actual badges, like these legit real badges you can get. And I was so deep into it, I actually cosplayed as Ash. Like, I had the vest, I had the hat, I had everything. Just playing Pokemon cards. It was just a bug out, and then ultimately, when the store kind of went away, everything kind of tanked, and sadly, everything kind of went away. And after that, I just kind of lost the passion from Pokemon. So I know what that feels like. I really do. I know what it feels like to lose passion like that. So again, just keep your passion, guys. That's all I can say. Keep your passions. It doesn't matter what it is. Again, as I've stated, as long as it doesn't hurt you or others financially, mentally, or emotionally, just keep your passion. Just do it. And Yeah, Sam, I'll be honest with you. So, like, Sam doesn't know how to play the card game, which I understand. Some people probably don't understand how to play the card game, but it really actually introduced me how to play card games in general. It's very simple to play. They actually have a Game Boy game of it, which I actually did have and own at one point, which was fun. I think the card game is fun and probably even better than the actual mainline series games. But the card game, like that was the game that I liked playing a lot, was the card video game of Pokemon, which was it's very odd to say that, but it was really fun. It really taught you how to play the card game. And then, oh yeah, oh okay, I got you, man. I'm slowly starting to learn how to do sprites, but I'm nowhere near as good as like some people are. I would love to learn how to do sprite artwork, honestly, because guys, I would make a game with my characters in it, legit, straight up. I would love to do that. So, but again, that takes time and effort. And okay, Sam, she could play card games like solitaire. Yeah, actually, it's been a while since I played solitaire. I think the last time I played Solitaire is when we really had that old compact Presario PC. I think the last time I ever played an actual Solitaire game. Oh yeah, I know, Matt. I like I remember being good at Magic back in high school, but then after I dropped out of Magic, I was like, okay, that's I can't remember how to play, don't know how to play. It's just it's all gone. I had an awesome. I think now, obviously, looking at me, you know my deck was a fire red deck. That was my preferred deck to use. I threw in a little white in there just to say, hey, I'm a good person. I'm actually good. I threw in a little bit of white in there, but actually, I was mostly a red deck. Red fire deck was the kind of deck that I used for Magic, and then I really got out of it. That's pretty much that's all I could remember that I used back in Magic was red and white, and that was it. And yeah, white and blue. Like I think my one friend actually used white and blue in their deck at one point, but that was like years ago. That was really back in high school. And then Sam, the final boss in your game is totally conventional bird, and by far it's the hardest enemy in the whole game. Oh my gosh. Yes, guys, as you know, I just don't like birds. And the only reason I don't like birds is because of Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden is the only reason why I don't like birds. Because literally, a bird could kill you in 5 hits. 6 hits counting one. Yeah, birds were not fun in Ninja Gaiden. So yeah, and that's why everybody teases me about birds. It's just that thing. Birds like I'm a cat, right? Or I'm a tiger, but I'm a cat. And you would think I would be the superior one, but no, I'm not the superior one when it comes to birds. The birds are always attacking me. Birds are preemptive striking me. That's the problem I have. That's the problem that I have with birds. Yeah, yeah. And Sam always sending me pictures of of this meme. Oh my gosh! See, this is why honestly this is one of the reasons why I actually love being a VTuber is just simply because of the stuff that we all talk about and the stuff that we all like we all poke fun at each other, and definitely I'm the brunt of most of those jokes, which is I'm cool with. So yeah. And I'm not answering that question. I'm not here to. I legitimately am not here to dunk on anybody. It doesn't matter who they are, what they do. I legitimately try to respect everybody because being a VTuber or being somebody on YouTube takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time, And it's just, you don't want to offend people who take time and effort, even if they aren't good, even if they aren't good to your particular taste or whatever. It's the fact that they still take a lot of time and effort to make what they can make. So, in general, I'm just, I respect everybody as much as possible. Doesn't matter if I get respect, doesn't matter if, I get made fun of or whatever. I try to respect people as much as I can. So, yeah. Definitely not going to do it. Definitely not going to do it. Yeah, yeah. And again, it was if this is a bot, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all, Because if it's a bot doing it, if a bot's doing it and they're asking questions or whatever, I'm like, hey, you know what? Here's the thing. They're giving me support. They are technically they're bumping me up because, every time I get a chat, every time somebody pops something in chat, I'm getting some kind of recognition. Something is going through, something is becoming better for me every time I get an actual pop up in the chat, believe it or not. So anyway, in the regardless sense, I mean, I'm like I said, in the future, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more needle and threading when it comes to keeping people in and out of the actual chat and stuff like that. But again, once I reach 1,000 viewers, once I reach to 1,000 subscribers, that's when things are going to change. That's when things are going to get really fun. So all I can say, guys, is again, you guys want to help out, like the video, subscribe, share the video, do whatever it takes. It would help me out, and I'd be able to do a lot more cooler stuff. So, but outside of that, all I can ask is, guys, is just, be patient with me, because I'm a patient person, believe it or not. It takes a lot for me to get, like, really irked about things, I'll be honest with you. You guys know when I'm angry is when I start swearing. When I get angry and I start swearing, I am like really angry about something. And it's like, I try not to be like that. I am not somebody who swears, honestly. Like, I only swear whenever it's absolutely needed and necessary to, because I don't want to be like another YouTuber out there that's just just saying whatever comes to mind. I'm not that type of person. It's like, I could easily be that kind of person, but I have a lot more sense. I have a lot more common sense. I have a lot more respect for people. So that's why I don't swear at every, 5-second or every given notice like a lot of people do on YouTube and stuff like that. It's like, try to have at least a little bit of couth about yourself, Try to actually sound like you you learned something from life. You learned something from school. You learned something from your parents, But again, it depends on the environment that you lived in and things of that nature, which again, I have to respect people for that, But just in this way, I'd rather be kind. I'd rather have something good and positive to say rather than just saying the F word every 5 seconds. That's me in general. I just, I just don't find swearing to be, the more I hear swearing, the less effective it becomes, it seems to me. A lot of people say when you hear something like that, it becomes native, it becomes common word, it becomes ineffective because then it's just somebody's, native tongue. And I'm just not that type of person to do that. I'd rather swear to get people's attention and make them to know that, okay, you're ticked off. Okay, I'm not gonna, aggravate you about whatever subject we're talking about. Because yeah, I'll let people know, But again, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and that's only because I know how I am. You just have cursed creative, like you nautically incompetent narwhal. Golly, gee, Sam. Yeah. You could you can use sentence enhancers just that are not vulgar. It's just it's like you can be creative, just not actually like being creative in a bad way where it's just gonna make people like, okay, you're just saying like filth. It's like, I remember, actually, that reminds me, Sam, believe it or not, this is something I remember back from high school, which is funny. There's just this, during our one English class, we were doing like a lot of like these old timey like insults, you know, like it was just like the medieval kind of insults, like exactly like what Sam just kind of, you know, gave example. But there was one that I remember making, and my teacher was absolutely okay with it. And it had a swear word in it, but she was cool with it. But I think it went, you logger hated hell hating flax winch. I think that's what it was. And she fell out crying on that. And I'm like, man, it was just, I don't know how I pulled that one off, but she loved it. And I'm like, yeah, it had a swear word in it, but you know what? That was the only time I legitimately had a reason to swear in class, and I took it. Yes, flax winch. Yes, I said that. I legit said that. Yes, old English insults, yeah. See, that's how you really troll people. If you get ticked off with somebody who's just constantly swearing in, like, say for instance, like GTA or any, you know, online game, instead of just swearing back at them, use some old English insults. I guarantee you they'll get flat. They'll get all kinds of like, what the heck are you talking about? What century did you come from? You know, that sort of thing. Oh my gosh. Exactly that right there. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, this is the stuff that I love. I love like just talking about just random junk like this. You know, but this was stuff that you know, you don't like back in the day, back in high school and stuff like that, you didn't think much about. But like today's standards, and now you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, and you're like, I remember the stuff we used to do back in the day. Like for instance, I don't know if I even told you guys this story or not, but I actually, I don't know how in the world I did it, but I actually took out 2 of my teacher's daughters at one point. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. I'm still trying to figure it out to this day. And I'm like, what? And the funny thing about it is, like, I have absolutely no chance with any, like, females around the area I live at right now currently, you know. And that's just because of, you know, how it is. But it's just the fact that it happened to me back when I was in high school, but, you know, 20 years later, I'm like, okay, I'm striking out left and right here. What's up with that? But, again, I feel that when the right girl comes my way, I will be cool with it. And then, you cow-headed lubber ward, you absolute cucumber. Oh my, cumber world. Whoa, wow, Sam, that's a that's a straight up insult. My good lord, man. And that's what I really like. I love English insults because there's something unique about them. That is straight up creative flair. Like legitimately making up something like that just to like completely like throw some, like what Sam just said, that threw me for a loop. I'm like, what? And you could get away with it because it really isn't swearing. And I'm like, man. Now that's talent, Sam. That's talent. That's real talent right there. You have really potential storytelling skills right there, even if it's just through insults. Perfect storytelling skills. Love it. Yeah, Company Heroes too. Yeah, I heard about, yeah, like anybody's ever heard like of the like the insults in Company Heroes 2. Oh my god, I love those guys. I love that. I love just that in general. Swear like a 16th century aristocrat. Yeah, there you go, Sam. Oh my gosh. Insult Navy SEAL before the Navy SEALs were even invented. Oh my gosh. Now see that's stuff I love right there. Yes, do that. Actually, that does remind me of another game I thought about playing, which was actually a game that I played way back in the day on the PC, and that was actually called Metal Wolf Chaos. And actually, Sam, you brought that up to me here, like, oh my gosh, like a couple years ago, I think. And I was like, wait, they made a DX version of it, so I thought about getting that on Steam sometime and playing that. So I was like, oh yeah, Metal Wolf Chaos. Yeah, I thought about playing that. Like, I'm not a big, like, PC gamer, but there are some classics that you just can't go without playing. That's a mine, lad. No, you don't step on it. The enemies do. Oh my gosh, just the people that did the actual voiceovers were great for that. Yes, for those who don't know, Metal Wolf Chaos was actually like it wasn't even actually. It's basically a national treasure, as Sam just said. Essentially, it's the most American game ever created, ever devised. Like, if you want to say America, this is an American-made game. However, it was not made in America. It was made in Japan. So this Japanese developer made the most American of American games as you could ever make. And Metal Wolf Chaos is this game. If you don't believe me, go watch some YouTube videos of Metal Wolf Chaos. You will basically say up and down, this is legit America. Made from a Japanese developer. Spot freaking on. So yeah, if you wanna have a little bit of fun, go play that game. I guarantee you'll have a blast. You will have a legitimate blast playing that game. And yes, I will at one point play that game. If it's not for Sam, it's for you guys. But yes, I will play Metal Wolf Chaos at some point on this live stream in the future. But yeah, speaking of Company Heroes 2, I love the banter. The banter was amazing. I mean, no, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to say it, but I love the Germany infantry. I loved it. I loved how they talked. I loved their conversations. I loved it. Oh, because what was the one? There was the, you know what? For the sake of it, I'm actually gonna go do this. Sorry. I don't know why I'm lagging. But let me see here. Let me pull up the now there is some swearing in this, so forgive me for this, guys. So, but yeah, I want to show you guys. I want you guys to hear some of the oops, give me a second. I don't. Every time I jump onto YouTube and it goes right to my thing, of course. The Germany unit. Oh, I love the Germany unit in Company Heroes 2. Oh, I love it. But yeah, give me a sec. I'm trying to pull this up now because I want you guys to actually hear the quotes. Because actually, it's funnier. It's funnier if you listen to Girls Panzer. If you watch the Girls Panzer one, that would be. Oh, that's actually where I got that from, and I'm like, that's funny. Give me 1 second. So again, it's got swearing in it, so I forget. So forgive me for this, guys, but you will you will like it. You will like it.
Roses are red, violets are blue, I'm stuck on the Eastern Front. And so are fucking you!
We should all have Sturmgewehrs! You get a Sturmgewehr! You get a Sturmgewehr! Everyone gets Sturmgewehr!
Put a fucking 8-centimeter rocket up their ass! A real man fights a panzer at close range!
Taking fire from the cute little panzer! Fucking adorable, like a puppy. Kill it!
Heavy panzer is under infantry attack! Why am I shouting this? I suppose if they were very lucky, they could give us a headache with that AT rifle. Cold-blooded? Nothing cold-blooded about me. I get quite worked up.
I took ballistics in school. Fascinating subject. Things go up, things go down.
We don't always have the best plan, but that's okay. I like flamethrowers!
No, I'm not defending German technical superiority. I'm stating the fucking obvious.
The quotes in the game are ridiculous. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. Like that just the quotes. I'm like, I remember the quotes just perfectly, and I'm like, that's just great. That is awesome. I love it. I love it. But again, they don't make things like that anymore. They don't make good quotes like that in video games. I'm like, that's just perfect. I love that. Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. And there's a picture of a tank. Good lord. Oh my gosh, Sam, you're a trip. And oh, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Oh my gosh, but yes, I love game quotes like that. Game quotes like that are just great. I don't know like how they make stuff up like this, and like it's just amazing. But yes, I love the Germany unit is just amazing in that game. I love those quotes. Just so good. They're so good. Outside of that, I don't know what other like gaming quotes I could really make from a lot of these things. You know, I've looked at a lot of different other like I guess references and stuff like that. It's just there's so many good ones out there that, you know, like literally like this is how memes are made, you know. Like case in point, like all the ones that, you know, from the YouTube poops. You guys remember YouTube poops, right? Way back in the day. You know, those were good. And they became memes from that, which is even crazier if you think about that. And it's just, you know, it's always good to remember the things that made you laugh in video games. Like, like for instance, like if you guys remember Crazy Taxi, yeah, that game. How you used to just run around all like you would like fly like jumping over a freaking hill trying to get to a customer to their destination, destroying property, destroying cars, running over everything in the process. Just to get a like a $5 fare. You cost like $10,000 in wanton destruction damage for a $5 fare. And that was just funny. It was funny. It was fun stuff. But then again, Sega made that game. Sega does some funny things. Like, what was that one game that we played? Me and Shorty, we played what was that game on the Wii that was made from Sega? Ghost Squad. That's right, Ghost Squad. And me and her, we would always be playing that game. And I think one day I showed her there was a special, it was like a swimsuit mode where all the male enemies became females in bikinis. And you have water guns shooting at them. Oh my God, the game was ridiculous. And it was funny. Like, it wasn't like bad in terms of like, you know, the content. It was just the humor behind it was just great. And I love how Sega has that kind of humor. And yeah, Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, yeah, that's another game that just, well, I mean, really, Red Dead Redemption is just about doing what you want to do. You're killing anything, doing anything you want, and just getting the bounty. They were cowards. If they've been brave, they've been the same enemies, but in bikinis. This is true, Sam. That would be some straight up good humor right there. That would be great humor. That would be ironic humor. Yep. Speaking of GTA, it's now snowing in GTA. Trying to drive in snow in GTA right now sucks because you're trying to do missions and imagine swerving all over the road. Now, I'm going to give you guys an example of me when I'm playing GTA. When I'm playing GTA, I'm using the Toreador, one of the newer vehicles that have a boost, right? So I'm pretty much boosting around the city, going about 170 some miles an hour, running into cars, running into people, getting the cops coming after me because I've ran over about 5-6 people. All to try to kill a gang that's obviously just worth extra RP. That's about it. And I know some people who've seen me play GTA can straight up contest that I am not a good driver in GTA, and legitimately, yeah, I am not a good driver. Legitimately, the same driving skills that I use in GTA are the same driving skills that I use in Just Cause. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up about how I play games like that. So yeah, right now, if you want to enjoy the snow, yeah. But honestly, the stupidest thing I do in the snow in GTA, the stupidest thing I do in GTA when it snows is you can make snowballs and you can throw them at people. And you can literally tick people off throwing snowballs at their cars and they come out at you. And you can literally kill people with snowballs in GTA right now. That is hilarious. This is the stupidest thing I do. And that's the only thing I ever do when it snows because you can't drive properly in snow. So, yeah. And then, oh, God, Sam, really? The day you saw Bison in a bikini was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was beach day. Oh, my gosh, Sam. Thank you for putting that mental image in my mind. Oh, Lord. That's great. That's great. Guess what I'm going to be dreaming about tonight? Sam, you're not right. You're not right. And oh yeah, ugh. Yeah, the cold stuff there in that game, yeah. Ugh. See, I'm actually scared of playing Red Dead Online because I'm more scared about random animals attacking me more than anybody else. It's like I feel comfortable playing GTA Online because there's no animals in GTA, but no, in Red Dead, yeah, there's animals. They'll kill you. And I'm scared of animals like that because you normally don't hear animals sneaking up on you until the very last minute. Or like the time I was playing GTA offline, actually playing a story mission, and I got killed by a shark. Really, all the things could have killed me. A shark gets me. It wasn't a gang. Wasn't a gang. Wasn't a mission boss. No, it was a shark. So yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I really, the only reason I don't play a lot of PC games online is due to hackers and cheaters and stuff like that. I'm like, that's one thing that ruins a game for me, especially in GTA. GTA right now, even I play on PlayStation 4 on GTA Online, and there's still people abusing the God mode glitch, which is why, guys, I was proud when I posted that video of me killing a God mode glitcher. That was my proudest moment in GTA. I actually did something good. And managed to get it on one of those top 5 videos from another YouTuber, which I'm super happy about. Oh, that's a hard call. That is an incredibly hard call. Oh yeah. Like, but then again, my shooting skills suck, honestly. In most games, anything related to shooting, yeah, I suck. I suck bad. But hard call with the GTA games. Probably my favorite actually would be probably San Andreas. San Andreas was such a good game. But outside of that, like I will honestly admit, outside of playing San Andreas so much, I really love GTA 5. GTA 5 just because it has so much content and they keep adding content for the online experience and stuff. Like literally you feel like you can do anything that you want. You can be a bad guy, you can be a good guy, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. And I just like that experience of just freedom in GTA. Although I don't condone the stuff that happens in GTA. Like, obviously, the stuff you do in GTA you wouldn't do online, so. But yeah, I like San Andreas. Vice City was very good. I'm not going to lie. Vice City was very good. I think Vice City was, like, probably, like my real first true introduction to GTA. Because my cousin had it, and it was like, well, now you shouldn't be playing this game in front of your mom, all right? It was one of those things. It was like one of those situations. Like, okay, I won't play it in front of her. You know, but then it was like, oh, okay. I see why I can't play it in front of her. And then, yeah, Sam, I'll be honest with you. Like, when I, like, literally, like, I don't play a lot of online games simply because of the toxic nature of people. And really, honestly, I think GTA has helped me get over that toxic nature, although I do mute people a lot because I get tired of hearing the 5-year-olds, the 6-year-olds swearing and yelling and all that stuff when somebody kills them. And of course you have, you know, all the swearing, every cuss word you can ever think of right there screaming into your ears. But somehow, despite all that, I've managed to actually enjoy GTA. Well, number one, because I mute everybody. But number two, you don't have to take what you don't hear, you know. You're like, okay, I'll mute you. I don't care. I'll come kill you and won't listen to you. I don't have to hear you, you know, yell through your mic and stuff like that. But then I know when people are really ticked off at you, they'll actually text you in the game and actually, like, send you a text message on your phone. And, like, okay, well, I'll just treat you like I do people who basically call me or text me. You know, those stupid people that, you know, do all those dumb scams and stuff like that, those scam people and whatnot. I'll just ignore you. I don't care. You move my world nowhere in the game. But I will be honest with you, I do get revenge because people do come and kill me for no apparent reason. I'm like, you shouldn't have did that because now I start attacking you back. So, like, okay, I now have full reason to come after you because you killed me for no reason. So, yeah. But, yeah, like, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, when I do play online, it's mostly just with friends. I feel comfortable playing online, but GTA kind of got me out of my shell, per se. Like, GTA Online, GTA 5, is literally the only game I'll play online with randos. Not play with them, just play alongside them, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not the type of player to go and mess with another player. I'm not the type of person to go and screw with another player or anything like that. I'm more or less like, I look at myself as the player that plays on GTA to have fun and then protect those who are getting trolled and getting abused and stuff like that. Like, it irritates me when I see like a level like 300 killing, like randomly killing over and over and over again at level 5. So I'm like, okay, I gotta take a stomp to this. So, like, I'll take the Terrator and start shooting at people Or I'll take the tank and I'll start shooting at people. Basically, I bring out the big guns and start attacking the people back. And then, of course, me being smart, I know where all the sneaky little places you can get and hide. And that's what I usually do in GTA. And then people were like, well, come out and fight and stuff. Why are you hiding? And I'll come out of nowhere and just shoot them with a shotgun. Don't care. Like, don't mess with me, and don't mess with people who don't deserve to be messed with in GTA. And that's how I feel about it. But that's literally the only game I feel like I can actually do what I want to do and not really have any regrets about it. And oh my gosh, wow. Jeez, man. Yeah. That's one of those situations where I come across on GTA rather often. I'll put it to you guys that way. And yes, friendly co-op. That's what I'm saying, Sam, right there. I want to have fun. This is why, again, and I guess we're kind of coming full circle with this, guys. But this is why I love retro-based games and arcade games. Back in the day, guys, it was you and your friends against the computer, against the bosses. It wasn't against your other friends. It wasn't against somebody across the world trying to shoot at you from across the screen or across the map. It was about you and your friends teaming up to taking care of the big final boss at the end of the game. You know, the only thing that was competitive about it was probably getting the most points. But then at the end of the day, points didn't really matter much, right? But yeah, back in the day, it was like the couch co-op style stuff, which is why I'm very excited to see, like, you know, Streets of Rage 4 making a huge comeback. Watching and waiting for the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game coming back and playing with online capabilities. Finally, we get to actually team up in a game, playing together online, couch co-op. I miss those days. I really miss those days, and I wish more developers would, you know, bring back that feeling of cooperative play. Not cooperative play where you're playing a first-person shooter online with a bunch of other players who are on an opposite team. And I'm certainly not talking about a first-person shooter PvE style. I'm talking a legitimate adventure-style game playing with your friends online and enjoying the experience of teaming up and beating the computer. That's the experience I miss. And that's the experience I want to re-experience as soon as possible. Developers, please jump on this. It's possible. You can do it. But these are the things that, you know, again, this is why I became a VTuber. This is why I became a retro VTuber, because I enjoy playing games that were, you know, originally meant for, you know, fun. You know, it's no longer, to me, a game is no longer fun when you're using it to actually earn money. That's when a game becomes just stops becoming fun. Yes, I've been to tournaments, but, and please hear me out when I say this, I go to tournaments to test my skills out if I feel like I'm up to snuff. You know, if I feel like I'm confident enough, I'll go to a tournament just to see how good I do. And that's it. You know, I might lose. I know I've lost a couple, and okay, that's fine. I lost. That means I either get better or skip on to something else, you know. But I really go to tournaments really to make friends, you know. As odd as that sounds, I'd rather make friends or rivals, you know, not enemies, but, you know, just because I'm with others with like-minded, you know, thoughts. I'm with like-minded individuals. That's why I like going to tournaments. That's why I like going to conventions to play games at tournaments and stuff, because it's like, okay, I finally found people that I can actually have fun with. You know, test my skills, see if I can make a new friend with playing against these people and, you know, trying to earn respect at the same time and, you know, hopefully get respect from them as well. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you get experience. And it's always that first step is the hardest, because I remember my first con experience is when I went to Otakon here, and that was back when I had graduated from high school. With Shorty, her whole family, and we all went. And I actually cosplayed it as Lana Kari from Mega Man Battle Network, because I'm a huge Mega Man Battle Network fan, right? and there was a tournament there, Mega Man Battle Network 4 tournament. And somehow, being the underdog, being the very first time I went there, I got all the way to the final round and botched it. Came in second place, though. I got a trophy. I still have my trophy. I still actually have my trophy that I won in second place. Made it all the way to the final round and botched it. But I had fun. It was the fact that I made it all the way to the finals. I've never literally made it to the finals in anything before. And it was so fun just to do that experience. And then, of course, after that, then, I went to other, tournaments and stuff like that. Yeah, there was other awesome tournaments going on and stuff. But that was my first legit tournament experience that I got playing at a convention, like a legit convention, at a legit anime convention of all things, a large anime convention with other players, with other people across the world. It was so awesome. I loved it. And then, yes, I will get Deep Rock Galactic. I will get that. And thank you. It was an awesome experience. It was a crazy experience. It was awesome. And it's something that I hope really they re-release Mega Man Battle Network as an actual collection like they did with all the other Mega Man games. But give us online gameplay, for God's sakes. Please give us online gameplay or some special modes that we can play with Battle Network. Because Battle Network is so good. I know a lot of people hate on it, but I love Battle Network. Not so much Star Force, but Battle Network was my thing. Which is funny because Battle Network, I actually didn't like Mega Man, and Battle Network got me into Mega Man. I mean, originally I was into Mega Man, but I wasn't deep into Mega Man. Battle Network brought me so deep into Mega Man, and that's how I got into Mega Man X, and then Classic, and then Legends, and then so on and so forth. So, yeah. Yes, I do agree, Sam. We all have to go back to we're doing convention stuff, guys. Legitimately, we are going to go back to conventions. I would love to also open up my own little convention stand thing and an artist alley, and just be in front of a screen and just doing this, hidden behind a screen, my physical body hidden behind a screen, but being here on camera as my character, or heck, I'd go get a fursuit. Honest to God, no kidding. I would go get a fursuit. Actually, get a fursuit, dress up as my character, and do this. I legitimately would do that. And yes, don't worry. I know. For those who don't know, Steam is having their big winter sale. It started 2 days ago. Please jump on that. Don't forget those games are on sale. So do that. And then, I know, I haven't, even after all the special things I got included in PSO2 New Genesis, I haven't touched New Genesis in a while yet myself. I know I've missed out on some content and stuff, but I think New Genesis just got pushed too fast for us worldwide. PSO2 has been over in Japan and the other countries for X amount of years. But literally, we only had PSO2 before New Genesis came out for 1 year. And they just pushed New Genesis out so fast that, those who waited to play PSO2 standard kind of got forced into playing New Genesis. And I'm like, that's not cool, because I think PSO2 by itself, before New Genesis came, was really awesome, was really fun, was really good. But ever since New Genesis, I haven't felt New Genesis yet. New Genesis is not vibing with me. Eventually it will. I played it a little bit more, I think 4 weeks ago. And I started getting a feel for it because they finally released the Bouncer class, which I love the Bouncer class in PSO2. But then after that, I was like, it just pushed the game too freaking fast. Just pushed all this new content so freaking fast, and the people that played PSO2 original just felt like it was just too much of a rushed project. If they would have waited at least 2, maybe 3 more years, then gave us New Genesis, then I feel that it would work a lot better. But we only had 1 year with standard PSO2, and that's what just irritated me the most about it. you know. So, but again, waiting. I literally like we all waited. We all waited for about almost a decade waiting for this game to come out. After it got announced at PAX all those years ago, and for it to come out and then all of a sudden get pushed back because of New Genesis, it's just, I'm like, that was kind of a boneheaded mistake. But again, we got no control over this. So, but yeah, I just they could have did better. They could have did better. And then Sam. Speaking of conventions, Sam wants to come behind the screen. I'm like, no, nobody can stop. Well, again, Sam, being as tall as you are, I don't think anybody wants to stop you because you could easily stop them in their tracks. And yes, 8 freaking years. I gave up every year that went by. My hope kind of got crushed. And kept getting crushed and kept getting crushed. But somewhere deep inside of me, after all that crushing, about 1% of me still said, there's just that chance. There's still that hope. And when we saw it finally get announced at E3, I lost my ever-loving crap. Because when I saw it, I was like, finally, after all of this years, finally, we can do it. We can finally play this game. But then the push New Genesis so hard, so fast. I'm like, we just didn't get a chance to really enjoy standard PSO2. So, yeah. I mean, I'm still going to force myself to play PSO2 New Genesis. I mean, waited 8 freaking years to play the game. But it's just the fact. It's just that fact they pushed it too fast. So, I agree. I'm glad you agree with me, WA. I really am. I'm really glad you're agreeing with me. the tail can stop. Yeah, the tail can stop Sam. I'm not sure. although Chuck Norris once shook the tail, handshake, and the tail survived. The most interesting tail in the world here. And Sam, Godzilla screech and bursts of sonic breath. Oh my gosh. Man. See, this is what I love. I love about this. I love this. I love this so much, guys. I really do. And I'll be honest with you, W. I'll be very honest with you. I was throwing money at the screen as soon as I saw that trailer pop up for PSO2. I was like, take my money, take it all. I want the premium pass. I want all this stuff. Give me the gold mission pass. Give me everything. And the tail is being very, very happy because we're talking about him right now, right? Sonic breath, radioactive breath. It's the influence of Sonic reached Sam. Oh boy. Yeah. This is true. This is true, and yeah, I know. I'm like, that's exactly how I was when I saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Shredder's Revenge got announced, and I saw it. I was like, "Shut up and take my money. It's right here. It's count it all. It's all right here. It's right here for the taking. Please, coming to the house, take it and leave your game for me, please." Oh my gosh. It was awesome when we heard worldwide release. I'm like, yes, we can actually play with other friends across the world. PSO2, yes. And then, no, why? Yeah, that's why I did not get the GTA collection because I heard all about the issues and the stuff. I was like, nah, bump it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I went through it with Sonic Colors for the Switch. I'm not doing it with GTA. Like, no, that's not worth it. Not worth it one bit. Although I did get Sonic Colors on the Switch for $20 because GameStop had it on sale. And hey, welcome. I know I promised we play games. It just seems like we just want to sit here and talk all night, which is fine with me. You know, I've got no qualms, no quarrels about that. Yeah, I'm definitely. I know at one point, guys, I'm gonna get back into playing PSO2 New Genesis. I'm gonna do that for sure, and I'm definitely gonna do a live stream with it too because there's content that I'm missing. There's things I want to do, and yes. Sam dropped me a picture of Sonic. Gotta go fast. Yes. Speaking of Sonic, did you guys know that they just released a little video of it's like basically the Sonic movie version of Sonic, but it's that Yule log thing that they do, you know, like they put like a fireplace on your screen for X amount of hours. They just released that for Sonic 2, so like Sonic is like slowly like making the house look like Christmas, which is odd to say. Slow and Sonic doesn't exactly make sense, but it works, and it's funny because they put references from the movie in it, which is I thought was a really cool thing. So yeah, just go to YouTube, look up Sonic 2 Yule log video. And it's like a whole hour of just Sonic trying to get the house prepared and ready for Christmas in front of a fireplace. So yeah, go check it out. And yeah, I know. I could do that. But I know, knowing my luck, because tonight, you guys won't believe this, but when I was getting ready to start the live stream and stuff like that, I started having internet issues. I was like, really? I have it hardwired into my laptop. My laptop has a gigabit Ethernet port. I have a gigabit Ethernet cable. Plugged everything right. Everything was going fine and well and stuff like that. And all of a sudden it dropped. I literally had to restart the computer to make it all work, which meant that's why one of the reasons I was also running late tonight to get the live stream started, because I had to restart to get everything squared away to get the actual freaking internet to work correctly. And I'm like, really? Tonight of all nights, you're going to do this to me. So yeah, like let's just say when it comes to live streaming, unless I download everything and remember to download everything, I do not download anything during live streams because I know that's going to cause a hiccup in the system. So yeah, but I probably will try it probably on Sunday. So you know, I'll put it to you that way. W, because I know you give me a lot of like interesting little games to play and stuff like that. I'm like, because I've been so busy this freaking week. I've been so legitimately busy, guys. I'm like, I just don't have freaking time for every little thing I want to get into and stuff. Because ultimately, I want to make sure that you guys are having fun. So yeah. And yeah, I know. I want to play it. Like, there's so many there's so many games I have to play. My backlog is just horrible, but because of just being so busy with, real life stuff, I literally don't have time to play stuff. This is actually another reason why I became a Vtuber. Me and Sam were talking about this, actually. The reason why I became a Vtuber was to basically play all the games I have on my backlog. That's more or less the main reason I became a VTuber, versus to play games on my backlog, and but again, also bring back the retro feeling to you guys. Being a retro VTuber, I had no idea this would kick off the way it is, but it kicks off the way it did, and I'm totally cool with that. So yes, if I do not play that game tomorrow, I will try my best to play it during the live stream on Sunday, which, as you guys know, I do my live streams on Sundays. It's just tonight was a special night, Christmas Eve. I'm going to be super busy on Christmas, obviously, so no live stream on tomorrow. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just jump on. Let's just have some fun. Let's just talk about stuff. Which, again, if you guys have some Q&A, if you guys have any more questions, now's your time you ask, we still got, I'll probably live stream for about maybe another 30 minutes, give or take. Because, Santa's coming. Even though, yes, I know, we're all adults. Most of us are adults, or at least most of us are mature like adults. We know Santa doesn't exist. But it's just the concept of Santa still delivering gifts. Because I'm not breaking the spirit of Christmas, That's the one thing you don't want to do, Because, it's always cool just to talk about Christmas and just to, watch the TV shows, watch the cartoons, watch the movies, watch the specials of Christmas, and always remembering that spirit of Christmas, which is always a cool thing in my opinion. So, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm starting. Sleepy time is starting to kick my butt anyway, so, yeah. And different forms. Forms that I have shown on the live stream or forms altogether, because there are a couple of other forms that I have not actually shown that some people actually know of, but it's only on various art websites. So it depends on, do you want forms of the Vtuber or forms altogether? I'll ask you in that general sense. Yes, this is true. If I break the spirit of Christmas, Krampus will come and beat me in a sack. Yeah, I don't want that to happen to me. No, you don't mess with Christmas. You don't want that. You don't want that thing to come out at you. If you guys have not seen the Krampus movie, yeah. But I guess more of a general sense. I'll put it to you guys this way. I'll put it to you guys as far as how many forms I really have. Technically, my small regular form, that's my normal regular form. That small little 5 foot, 5 inch, 5 foot. That's my normal form. So that's 1. Then you have Overheat form, which I'm currently in right now. That's 2. Then you have Overheat Inferno form, which is an even larger form of Overheat form. That's 3. Then there's Crimson Inferno, which is basically a smaller version, just more kind of eviler looking. That form. And then Crimson Overheat Inferno, which is the largest form that I have. So, yeah, that's essentially all the forms of my VTuber, I guess my VTuber self right now. Now, I actually do have, I came up with the concept of this, and, you guys might find this weird or whatnot, but I came up with the concept of being, having my character actually as a female. So, and that's just done just in humor, honestly. Fun humor, but humor regardless. So, there's the female form of my character, which is coincidentally called Erica. That's a standard normal form. And then she also has an Overheat Inferno form. So that's 7. And then I think that's it for now. I want to say I have 7 forms. And then wait, I take that back. So I do also have an additional Overheat form, but it's called Neon Inferno, which is I have the abilities of controlling lightning instead of fire, which is odd. Again, the entire universe that my character is revolved around in continues to evolve, so it's hard for me to keep up with how many forms, but I think right now I have at least 8 different forms right now in total, so it's weird to say. And then, and of course, Sam loves the default form. So everybody loves the default form. And I'm glad everybody likes the default form too. Like the muscle form really is like just like that for shock value. If I'm being honest, like originally it wasn't even a thing until I just said, you know what, let me just throw in the muscle form just to see what it's like. And then apparently everybody likes the muscle form, which is I'm cool with that. But yeah, default, default. Everybody likes default, and I'm cool with being default as well. Everybody likes the default form, and I'm cool. I'm cool with that. When I channel lightning, yeah, Sam showing me another MAME picture. But yeah, remember the time when I played Just Cause 3 and I had the lightning gun? Yeah, that was awesome. And cool. Now see, that's cool. That's cool. And yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it's not Sam says it's not weird to have a female form. And I'll be honest with you. I think the reason I really created a female form of myself was just to see, you know, how I would portray myself as a female, you know. Again, I'm not trying to be a female or anything like that. It was just the idea behind it, which is why I always try learning something new. But then again, you know, outside of my VTuber universe, you know, the actual real universe my character's in, he actually gets his DNA stolen and another female version of him is created. But she's tall like Sam, lanky and all that stuff, and basically has the same abilities that I have. So, which her name is Eris, but her technical name is Flare Circuit. So, and that's another thing I could probably go on to you guys about talking about the entire lore of my universes outside of the VTuber universe. So, I have a ton of stuff. Just if you guys are interested about any of this extra stuff outside of the VTuber universe, follow me on Facebook. No, don't follow me on Facebook because I don't have a Facebook account. Follow me on Fur Affinity, DeviantArt, and of course Twitter. But you can also follow me on my other Twitter account thing, which, I mean, technically I have a Facebook account, but I don't really use the dumb thing. I just occasionally post stuff to say people, hey, I'm alive, I'm here. That's about it. And to use my Oculus Quest, and that's about it. I don't really use Facebook, honestly. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I like being small. Honestly, I like being small because people find small guys fun sized. I'm a fun sized guy. I will admit that, and I don't mind admitting that either because I know everybody's taller than me in my normal form. I know that, and I got nothing against that. You know, because really, when you're small, it makes you think. Like for instance, unless you guys are small as I am, if you guys are 5'4", 5'5", in terms of size and stuff like that, you learn how to do things for yourself. For instance, when I go to a store, I legitimately I have my hat on, right? I have an actual baseball cap. Well, multiple baseball caps actually. Sam can contest to this because I wear hats a lot. If I have to get something off the top shelf, right, and I can't reach it, even standing up on a shelf to reach it, I'll actually take my hat off and actually cap it around the item that I'm using and then pull it towards me to get it. So that way I'm not standing there waiting for somebody to get, you know, customer service to walk back, get a ladder, and grab the thing for me. Instead, I'll use my hat and do that. Face Affinity Fur Book. Okay. Yes, Sam. And yes. Like I said, she can confirm I wear hats all the time. I don't wear hats, honestly. I'm how can I put this? I'm not oh my god, my hair sucks, or I'm you know, afraid of my hair being bad or something like that. I don't mind my hair really. My hair is my hair is manageable for crying out loud. It's just that I like hats because hats, firstly, you know, during the wintertime, your head gets cold. So I'm like, okay, maybe wear a hat and stuff. But I usually wear a hat to go with the ensemble of clothing that I have. So it's just something about not wearing a hat just doesn't make me feel complete. Like how some women feel naked without earrings. So that's kind of how I feel without a hat. I just feel naked without a hat sometimes. So yeah, don't ask me why I went in that direction. And then, yeah, lemmings are small. Yes, for those who have not played lemmings, lemmings are extremely small. They are like super. They're basically like footballs, except you don't want to kick them unless you want to see them fall to their deaths or something like that. And then, Sam. Meanwhile, tiny old ladies ask me to get things off the high shelves. That's true. I think I remember hearing Shorty said something like that to you or something like that. But yes, but even if I didn't witness that, I can still see that happening because you can reach things. That's right. That's right. When I need to reach things and I don't have my hat around, I can call Sam. I will literally call Sam. Screw the customer service rep. I will call Sam to come and get the thing down because God knows she would be faster there helping me out than the customer service rep at a store would. Or staff. Bandanas. Yeah. Now, see, that's interesting. I never thought about the concept of that. I never thought about, doing bandanas, although I don't know. I don't think bandanas are really my thing, although I'm sure because of COVID, bandanas are now a thing. But yeah, I mean, hey, look, if you got to keep warm, whatever it takes, if you got to wear a hat, wear a hat. If you got to wear a scarf, wear a scarf, something. Yeah. Godzilla to the rescue. Yes. Sam's got my back. I am happy about that. And the tail's happy about that too. Although I think the tail feels a little bit more left out simply because, the tail doesn't exactly reach as high as my head. So that's like, sorry, tail, you're actually shorter than I am. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, N95 masks, yeah. Although I admit I like the masks I wear are those reusable masks, the ones that like you can wash and stuff cuz I don't like those surgical masks cuz those things hurt my ears. Oh. Anybody who's worn any of those surgical masks, don't they hurt your ears? Those things suck so bad. So I went on to Amazon and bought like these actual black masks that actually like they're super comfortable. They're actually super comfortable to wear behind your ears. Like literally, I could wear and totally forget I have it on. That's how these masks work, and I love those things. Expensive. I think they were like for 10, it's like $15, but they're reusable. I mean, you can't beat that. And the tail makes up with incredible power, though. Yeah, this is true. The tail is incredibly powerful. I think, really, and I'll be honest with you guys, I think I can actually bounce like Tigger bounce with his tail. I think I could do that. I just have to be super careful. And then, the N95 mask goes around your head instead of the ears. That sounds great, Sam. I should start inventing. Should start investing in those types of masks really when I go out. But actually, did you guys remember seeing that Razer mask? The ones with the the RGB like filaments around the filters and stuff. I thought that was a cool concept. Although I'm not sure if I want to spend $100 or something that obviously won't last more than a couple hours on a battery charge. It was interesting, but nah, I don't. Like, I'm not steampunk. It looked like a steampunk sort of thing with just, like, a steampunk with rave basically called into it. And I was like, nah. Looks interesting, but that's not my style. Although I do like cyber stuff, I will admit. Just not cyberpunk stuff, I like seeing glowy stuff and whatnot. LEDs, all that cool stuff, And yeah. That's odd. But it is what it is. That's all I can say. It is what it is as far as that goes. But anyway, I guess this is probably going to be the first live stream I actually haven't played a game, and it just seems like, I mean, let's be on. I want to be honest with you guys. I actually legitimately have had fun just talking to you guys. You know, this is the first live stream I haven't really played any games. I was going to play some random games, but I was like, well, you know what? Why don't we just sit here and just talk and just, you know, just be me. Just be in front of the freaking camera and just talk about nothing, essentially. Essentially, this is an extended version of the Jingle Jangle Corner without gaming, you know. It's a first. This is the first. Which I know I'm going to make up for on Sunday. So don't forget, don't worry about that. And yes, like I've worn those types of surgical matches before. And those things hurt my ears, and I've had to wear those like the painters, like, you know, like when you're painting, like actual painting like walls and stuff like that, and you have to wear like those actual like breathing masks. Those things hurt. But yeah, but ever since I got these like cloth like these cloth ones that actually aren't string, but they actually have like a lot more give around the ears, like surface area. They don't hurt, and they perfectly fit me. They're like just perfect masks. I'm like I said, I could wear those things and not even realize I'm wearing it, and I love it. I love these masks. So you get into a fight with Tony the Tiger. He's got Shaq for backup. Who wins? Wow, Sam. Wow. That's a hard call. I mean, Shaq is Shaq, but Tony is. You got Tony the Tiger and you got Shaq, which obviously is a real thing. If you guys have seen those commercials, they literally do team up together. So I'm like, that's a hard call. Unless I would have to probably go. If I'm able to transform, I would have to go into probably Crimson Overheat form in order to make that work. And then, okay. Okay. No one wins. Chuck Norris was at the backstage. Okay. Yeah, that I admit, you know, Chuck Norris on the scene. Chuck Norris is on the scene. You know, you can't win. And that is and yeah, this is true too. You know, Shaq is the only person who's managed to kill 2 backboards. He killed 2 backboards. You guys, there's a legit video of him killing 2 backboards. One he actually broke the shot clock somehow doing it, and the other one he just brought the whole backboard down. If you guys know sports. So like, yeah, Shaq is scary big, you know. I'm like, like I do get, like, I'll be honest with you guys, I do get nervous about when let's just say when people are taller than Sam. I get nervous. I get nervous around people who are taller than Sam. I really do. And I'm like, that's just something's just like, you feel very insecure at that point. I mean, yes, I know on average, I'm shorter than most males of my average age. Yes, I'm short. I am short. I know I'm short, but there's something about when you are 5'5", and you're looking at somebody who's legitimately 6'5" or something even taller than that. There's something scary about that. I'm like, no, as I always say, don't pass go, don't collect $200. Really, dude. There's a picture of Chuck Norris attorney. Is there anything that Chuck Norris can't do? Oh my gosh. I'm glad people still remember Chuck Norris jokes. I'm so glad people still remember that. I'm glad. I'm glad that's still a thing. Wow, Sam. Yeah, even Sam knows that. Sam says she was in a store recently and two women came in that were taller than her. And then a couple came in and both were taller. She felt short. I'm like, yeah, it was a straight. Yeah, I admit, like I said, Sam is tall. And for people to be taller than her, it, like, now you kind of, I'm like, it's like, I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything like that, Sam, but you understand how I feel. I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel, but that's how I feel all the time, so. Yeah, it's weird, like I'm trying like when I'm trying to even talk to people, like I'm constantly having to look up. It gets annoying sometimes, It's like if I had boots or something like that, like yeah, but it's just since, on average you're trying to talk to people and most of the time people are smaller than you. Like I know like for instance, I know now Shorty is actually my size, if not maybe slightly shorter. Don't ask me why, but but like, but we're more or less we're almost at equal size. But anybody else like I'm always looking up to, I'm always talking to or whatever, which is really odd. And it's like you don't want to feel insecure, but then in that same token you do, because it's just like 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 literally, like literally in real life now, real life talk, guys. Like when I shave in real life, I literally look like I'm still a teenager, and I'm 35 years old, right? I literally look like a teenager. My mom always does this thing, and it annoys me. It annoys me, and she knows it annoys me. But she does it anyway. She'll say, "Oh, Eric, you look so cute." I'm like, "Why are you calling me cute? And I'm 35 years old. That doesn't make sense. Why? Why am I still a child? Why am I still looking like a child when I'm 35 years old?" And she does it to me every time. She's like, "Oh, you look so precious. You look so cute." I'm like, "What? Don't do that." That annoys me so much, and she does it. She does it just to get on my nerves. And I know she does it because she always laughs. I'm like, ugh. But again, these are the things I'll miss when I move and stuff. So I'm like, I let her have her laps. I let her have her moments. I'll put it to you guys that way. Oh, I didn't know Shorty was that short. Shorty's 5'2", and but yeah, she does wear heels. That much I do know she does. So yeah. Yeah, this is true too. all kids are cute to their mothers. So yes, this is true. I'm sure most of you guys who, have probably dealt with my situation more than once, where your mom is like, "Oh, you're so cute, you're so precious." It's just for me because, like, if you guys were to see me in real life, which obviously Shorty and Sam know, I shave. I look like I'm still a teenager, and I'm sure they can contest to that. Which is really, it's like the oddest thing. But I'm like, I don't know why. I just have good genetics. But then again, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I don't do anything negative to my body, and like I've literally had people question me and card me, "You are not 35 years old." I'm like, "Yes, I am. I'm 35 years old. I just take good care of myself." Yeah. Okay, Sam said, "I wish I had that problem." Like, okay, Sam, yeah, we could trade places there. I just don't know how good that would work. But yeah, like literally, like I when I shave, because usually I let my mustache, I let my beard grow out, so that way I look at least somewhat mature. But anytime I shave, when I get a haircut, I literally look like I'm still a teenager, and it's so annoying. It's annoying that I'm that young looking to still be qualified as a teenager, or at least somewhere in the early 20s, and getting carded when I go to a store when I want to get some NyQuil. Getting carded. You're 35 years old. You're getting carded because you want NyQuil because you're sick. Yeah, that's fun. That's real fun. Or the time I got. Now, I will honestly admit that this did happen to me, guys. I go to one of the casinos when I went to Vegas. It was was it Vegas? I forget. All I know is I went to a casino and they carded me because I looked that young. They're like, you're not supposed to be in this place because you don't look 21. I'm like, I had to pull out my wallet and say, I have my wallet. Here, look. Here's my ID. I am this age. They had to kind of do a double take. Like, okay, I don't know how in the world you look this young, but, you got to tell us your secret. I'm like, what secret? Don't drink, don't smoke, don't do anything stupid. That's my secret. Yeah, that's the real life of me, being 35 years old, still looking like you're a teenager / in your early 20s, having to deal with people who can't understand or grasp the concept of how young you look because you don't drink and don't smoke and don't do anything stupid to your body. Yeah, that's what I have to deal with on a constant, ongoing, daily basis. And yeah, that's another concept too, genes. I lucked out and got the good genes from the family somehow, which is why I look so young, which is why when I hurt myself I don't bruise myself. Which again I did it again, guys. Why do I do dumb stuff when it comes to just hitting myself or hurting myself? This morning I was going into the kitchen to get something out of the refrigerator, right? And I didn't realize that I opened both the fridge and the freezer door. I opened up the fridge and I'm going through the fridge because I wanted to get something to drink for my breakfast, and I was opening up the freezer to get something out, get one of those breakfast sandwiches. I bought one of those breakfast sandwich bundle things, to cook for breakfast, right? So I opened the door to the refrigerator, get the drink out, and then stand up, not realizing how close that door was that I'd opened to the freezer, and banged my head so hard. My brother's like, "Oh, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, it just banged my head again." So I banged my head this morning, banged my finger on the coffee table. I don't know how the heck I did that. I was reaching for something on the table and didn't realize, like, how you like point at something, and I did like one of those like mid points, like your fingers are not fully like curled or whatnot. You're trying to grab something, so like I'm pushing my finger out somehow and nicked the coffee table somehow. That hurt. I'm like, that's a good way of jamming your finger, so I hurt my finger doing that. Got my tail caught in the door again because I went over to the next door neighbor's yard to go, take them their card for Christmas, because that's what we do every year. Our next door neighbors, we always get a card from them every year, but sadly they weren't home. So coming back into the house, I did not pull my tail in quick enough and, yeah, sandwiched my tail between the door again, which obviously the tail is not... the tail wasn't happy about that. And and thank you, man. WA just sent me a gift from Steam, and thank you so much. I appreciate that. Again, I wasn't. Again, guys, I'm not expecting any presents from anybody. You don't have to get me gifts or anything like that. The fact that you guys are here and you're talking with me and you're enjoying the live stream, that's the Christmas gift I like, and I love it. I love this. This is much more fun and stuff. But yeah, I'm accident prone. My mom says not to say that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm accident prone. I bang my head on the freaking car door at least a couple times out of the week, getting into the car, getting out of the car, because I'm like, again, the depth perception. You know, I'm like, I don't realize I'm that close to the door frame or the frame of the car, and like when I'm sitting, because like the car is low to the ground, right? So like when you have to step into the car, you have to duck down, and of course, bang, side of the head. Like, yeah, that's good. Sam says she's gonna get me near once I beat Bloodstain. So there we go. I have an incentive now. I have to beat Bloodstain. And yeah, Shank is good. Shank is really good. Yeah, I played that. Actually, the reason why I don't have it on PC is because I have it on PlayStation 3. That's how old the game is. But yeah, I do love my beat 'em ups. I love my beat 'em ups, guys. Which actually, I do want to play Fight and Rage sometime. Beat 'em ups are so good. I don't care. I don't care if they're repetitive. Beat 'em ups are good, especially if they have combos and juggling combos, mid-air combos, all that stuff. Yeah, I had it on PS3, but no, I can play it on PC because I haven't played it in years. Like, literally, when I stopped playing my PlayStation 3, I have not touched any of those games since my last live stream I did. Like, literally, that was the last time I played any PlayStation 3 games. So, I do not mind playing it again. I'm definitely going to play that. So, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I didn't get Shank 2. I actually did not get Shank 2. I should have, but, eh. And oh yeah yeah it is getting pretty late, so yes, thank you so much so much for joining in, and please have a good holiday tomorrow, and I will catch you on Sunday, because yes, I am doing a live stream on Sunday, so make sure you guys remember normal time, regular time. Should not have any issues, hopefully. So yes, but yeah. There's just. I'll be honest with you guys. There's been so many games I just stopped playing because when a new, like for instance, when the Switch came out, I've pretty much all but stopped playing my 3DS. Like, when was the last time anybody played any 3DS games? I'm being honest. I'm being like, it's not a rhetorical question. I'm being really honest. Like, when was the last time you guys picked up your 3DS and played a 3DS game? If you guys have a 3DS, and any of the family with the 3DS games. I mean, it's quite literally, I can't remember last time I picked up my 3DS since I got my Nintendo Switch, and that's bad. Because I know they're getting ready to do this in Japan. Just to give you guys a heads up, in Japan they're going to stop accepting credit card, and I guess you can't put your credit card information or eShop cards on your 3DS anymore, which means that the eShop will probably end up dying. So if there's some games on the 3DS that you want to get from the eShop, get them now, get them as soon as possible, because I guarantee you, as the months go on, or possibly even weeks go on, they are going to probably close the eShop. There's a couple games I want to get on the eShop yet, so that way I have them downloaded, because, obviously once the shop goes away, that is it. You can't get those games. Especially Game Boy games. There's Game Boy games, there's Game Boy Color games. If you guys haven't got them yet, better get them now. Fair warning. And yeah, that's exactly, I'm like, yeah, you see the 3DS? Like, when was the last time anybody's ever played any 3DS games since the Switch came out? I know I was a die-hard Street Pass person. Like, I would literally go to, like, all the Street Pass points I could to play those Street Pass games. Yes, I paid for those games, played them, and never beat any of them. I'm ashamed to say. But then again, when you live in like an area where a lot of people don't play a lot of video games it's kind of hard to do that. So, like, literally, you go to McDonald's to get the Street Passes because That might be one of the positive things about being in a place that is a tourist trap, essentially. But then after that, once the Street Pass closed down, once the Miiverse closed down, the 3DS kind of tanked. And that's a shame to say, but that's just how it was. And of course, when the Switch came out, well, like everybody's like, "Oh, screw the 3DS." The Switch is where it's at, and here it is. Nearly 5 years later, the Switch is the best gaming system out so far. And I love my Switch. I love the fact that you can play the Switch anytime, anywhere that you want. And like I said, the fact that my Switch is really my legitimate retro gaming machine, portable retro gaming machine outside of my laptop. Yeah. Let's just say the Switch has come in handy when I've had to go to my mom's surgeries and stuff like that, having to sit and wait for her to get done with those surgeries. Yeah, I can guarantee you right now that that 3D, the Switch definitely helped me out during those times. Like, yeah, I have my cell phone, but, you don't want to just sit there and look at your cell phone scrolling up and down, like looking at what Google has to say or what news feed's going through. I'm like, okay, you can do that in 5 minutes and get bored. At least the Switch keeps you busy. But again, that's me. That's my whole thing right there. But anyway, guys, I can probably say right now, without shadow of a doubt, this is my first successful live stream that all I did was just talk. I didn't play any games. I wanted to play games, but apparently I just started talking and we started getting on different subjects and starting to talk about other things. And obviously, this was more entertaining, Like, yeah, I could have played some games, but you know what? Talking, and again, because of the rough week I had, I feel like this was a little bit better to do, just to talk, get stuff out, actually talk and not try to focus on playing games and then talking, just, the show about nothing extended, essentially what this was tonight. So, but anyway, let's start wrapping this up because it is almost 12 o'clock. We gotta get to bed, people, because in 30 minutes, at least here in my time zone, obviously, it's almost Christmas. So yeah, everybody, let's get ready to get some sleep here. So but anyway, guys, hey, I really honestly thank you guys so much for joining in. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for an incredible year. Thank you for 275 subscribers since I started this year, guys. All the way up till now, I've made 275 subscribers. I am so thankful to each and every one of you for that. Thank you so much. This to me is a great Christmas gift. The fact that I've made this many subscribers over almost a whole year's time, I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, yeah, guys, we got to wrap us up because I know I'm tired. I know you guys are tired. And like I said, I'm just saying, I'm thankful so much. I'm like, yeah, I should be thankful at Thanksgiving. No, you got to be thankful for everything. Being successful means being thankful for things, even the little things. And really, this is the little things. These are the little things that I'm so appreciative. And, thank you so much. Again, I don't know what else to say, but just to say thank you guys so much. Again, you guys, really just make my night. Anytime I do live streaming, guys, you guys make my night so good, so well. My real life friends, I thank them so much for not only the support of being on here and, just and giving me support, watching me screw up, watching and just reminiscing with me about things that we did as kids and stuff like that growing up, and then of course talking to you guys who obviously also grew up in the same time period I did, playing retro games and stuff like that. I thank you all so much. Thank you for tonight. Thank you for coming in on Christmas Eve where we can all just hang out, talk about nothing. I appreciate that, guys. And, all I can say is that I'm going to do my best in 2022 to give you guys more content, hopefully reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of next year. That would be awesome. I don't know what's going to happen, but all I ask, guys, is to just be patient when it comes to the ASMR videos. Just be patient with me, guys, because again, my mom's going in for knee surgery, which is another surgery under her belt, which is what I'm going to have to be dealing with for the next couple of weeks. So, and again, to give you guys a heads up, the next following 2 Sundays, I will not be live streaming because of that surgery. So, just to give you guys a heads up on that. So, the next 2 Sundays after this Sunday, so the first and second Sundays in January, I will not be doing live streams, but I will be doing my best to get ASMR videos and extra content up during those weeks when I have some downtime, just to give you guys a heads up, okay? But I am doing my live stream on Sunday night. This Sunday night, the 26th, has not changed. It was still the same time, so please look forward to that. We'll be playing some games and, again, going to the corner and having fun, talking about nothing, So yeah, like I said, guys, tonight more or less was just a night where I'm just detoxing. This was just a detox night for me, and I appreciate you guys being here once again, allowing me to talk about nothing and getting stuff off my mind, and I appreciate that so much, guys. So with that, guys, all I can say is I hope you guys have an amazing day tomorrow. I wish you guys the best of luck as far as getting to the places you have to get to. Enjoy time with family. Enjoy time with friends. I'll be online here and there, so if you guys want to talk to me on Discord, feel free to do that. If you guys need my Discord, please message me on DAFA, or obviously leave a message here on the chat, or message me anywhere you can. If you want to be on the Discord server, I will give you my Discord server information. I'm doing this basically, as people want, I will add as they want, instead of just making a overall thing where any knucklehead can get in and just screw up the place, because I had to kick people out before. So yeah. But yes, outside of that, thank you guys so much, and please have a Merry Christmas. Please, 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 please have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your gifts, enjoy the day off, enjoy whatever it is that you do on Christmas. If you drink, enjoy drinking. If you smoke, enjoy smoking. Whatever it is that makes you happy on Christmas, please do it, and please enjoy it, okay? Just don't kill yourself in the process, okay? So, but once again, thank you guys. I can make a live stream and just thanking everybody, but I just thank you guys. You really, really, you have no idea how important this is to me, that you guys spend this time watching me live stream, play games, talk about nothing. I appreciate it so much. You could be doing anything else, but you decide to come here and watch me be me, and I appreciate that so much. So thank you guys so much for a great year. Thank you guys for a great holiday, and I hope and wish the best for you guys, especially with the upcoming year coming up, because I don't know if you guys will be in for the live stream I'm going to have on New Year's Eve. I don't know. But for now, I'm just thanking you guys so much for your holidays, and I wish you guys the best of luck coming up in this next upcoming year. And please enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. Stay positive. We're going to get through this pandemic. We're going to get through everything. Just stay positive. Say positive things to not only yourselves, but say positive things to others. And enjoy your lives. Enjoy what you can, how you can, as long as it doesn't kill you or kill anybody else. Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it so much. So again, have a great night. Have a great New Year. Have a great Christmas. And I'll catch you guys all on fire later.